Messi is expected to make his debut with MLS side Inter Miami.
Thank you, Jimmy. Great to hear from you.
The League's Cup match against Cruz Azul.
Another good day in the neighborhood.
Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Temps about normal this time of year. High of 103 on your.
All right, about 30 seconds.
77. Some of those clouds we saw on Monday will part and move on to the east. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by ADOT's Broadway Curve Improvement Project. The I-10 Broadway Curve Project is in the works. It's an 11-mile stretch of Interstate 10 between Loop 202 and I-17. Plan for impacts this month on State Route 143, I-10, and US 60. Download the free Curve app for construction updates and detours.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now,
you guys are hot.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, we say good afternoon to you on a glorious day in the neighborhood. It is indeed Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, also 99.9 FM HD2, and on the iHeartRadio app. We got people here having lunch with us today. We're at the Barrio Queen. Hey, folks, how are you? Yeah. All right. See, we got a good start going on.
Sipping on them El Bandito Yankee tequilas.
That's it.
Strong, man.
We are at the Barrio Queen here in Scottsdale. Folks hanging out, having a good time, enjoying lunch, and listening to this world-class radio program. And so, consequently, Manuch, I've come to you since we are here at the Barrio Queen.
Yes,
and
please.
It is Taco Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
It is also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
How was your extra day off?
Oh, I loved it. I loved having on the Sunday doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yep.
Hanging out. I made the brunch for my wife and my mother-in-law. Sat there, watched golf, got a few errands done. Then yesterday, trained a couple of QBs, got a lot of work done, odds and ends done. It's kind of nice doing a whole lot of nothing. I mean, I haven't done that in such a long time. I mean, Jack's over here going on vacation over to the U.S. Open to watch his boy play, which is, we'll get into that a little bit, but it was kind of nice.
Okay, good.
Because Sunday it got to about 110.
Yeah.
Was not out there. So that kind of marks my debut going out to Legacy Park, Exhibition Fieldhouse A.
Okay.
So we'll be out there every Sunday training those quarterbacks.
Gotcha.
As you heard me on my spot about going out there and training those QBs.
And you're going to be inside.
We'll
right?
be inside.
Okay,
Key
proud
phrase,
of
when it's 195 out, we're inside of Legacy Park, which, by the way, folks, the place is jam-packed all the time.
Yeah.
So other than that, Jimmy, it was nice. Had a nice little Father's Day dinner. Sent a lot of notes out. By the way, happy belated Father's Day to you,
my brother.
Yeah, it was very, very nice to just kind of hang back, watch the Open, and watch the D-backs get healthy now, winning 3 out of 4.
You got that right. All right, Jax is here with us today. Spence in studio, so let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, of course, an awful lot of talk about the Suns and the Bradley Beal trade with the Washington Wizards. Manuch already referenced the Diamondbacks blistering the Brewers 9-1, by the way, yesterday in Milwaukee. Same two teams will play again tonight. And by the way, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Of course, it revolves around the Suns. And here it is. By the way, for a free quote, repair, or installation, just head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching hashtag sexy roof status. Here it is, now with Bradley Beal reportedly headed to the Suns. Do you still keep or trade DeAndre Ayton? Manuch, you really reached on this one. one, keep him. Two, still trade him.
Interesting. There was a group to us at the Barrio Queen in Scottsdale. They were leaving.
Yes.
And they heard us talking about that for the before the show. 3 of the 4, trade him. And they were adamant. They're like, hey, we got Bill now.
Yeah.
Trade him. We've seen enough. It was interesting.
Yeah.
They heard our conversation. Trade him. Other guy, trade him.
Yep.
There was a table of 6.
Yes.
So I'd say 4 of the 6 said trade him. Very interesting. I sat there and thought this weekend going, okay, now you got Bill. You've got three scorers on this team. Their averages might drop a little bit because you got to pass the ball around.
Got to share it. Yeah.
Got to share it. So maybe they may be 25 to 28 per, something like that. And then DA maybe doesn't have to rely on his scoring quite so much. Maybe he's at 12 to 16, 17, somewhere in there. But they're looking for his rebounding. So you got 4 guys. You look at that, so maybe you keep them. But then again, I'm going, well, I don't know, man. I think I've seen enough. I wonder if Frank Vogel and James Jones have seen enough watching the tape. And I don't care how many coaches this Suns team has had. I think I've had 3 in his, being here with the Suns. And we've seen kind of the same thing, except for the NBA playoff run
in the Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yep.
And then after that, we're not seeing the consistency.
I agree.
So it's going to be very curious to see how those out there just go to @Roc and Manuch vote on this particular question.
All right, so let me just give you a couple of quick thoughts on this, and then I want to dive into what the D-backs are doing because they're a sensational local story here. But this deal going down for Bradley Beal happened over the weekend, and it was also a lot of rumors and innuendos, started, by the way, by Chris Paul, that referenced the fact, well, I thought Isaiah Thomas had influence in this deal. All right, here's
what?
That's what I was going to say.
So what?
So
CP3?
what? Yes. What? I know it. He's not a part of the unit
Organization
that are the Phoenix Suns. That is correct. But he does have owner Matt Ishbia's ear. So if Ishbia uses him as a sounding board, what's wrong with
what?
that? Yeah.
You know how many
what the heck?
coaches, GMs will throw stuff out there to people not related to the organization? I saw that comment. I'm like, CP3, so what? I mean, he's going to – that whether you like it or not, Phoenix Suns fans and Phoenix Suns players, if Matt Ishbia reaches out to Isaiah Thomas for advice for this, that, or the other, no matter whether you like it or not, that's his team.
Uh-huh.
It's part of reality. And I don't know. I thought that was CP3 kind of sour grapes throwing it out there. The NBA is like the NFL. The NFL is not for long. It's a business.
Yep.
You move on. You go here and you go there. And Matt Ishbia is probably going, hey, Isaiah, what do you think with Bradley Beal being available, no trade clause, and we throw Jordan Goodwin in and Isaiah Todd in the deal, and we give away Paul, Shamet, multiple second-round picks. By the way, Jimmy, what are multiple pick swaps? What does that mean?
That means that you're swapping what you have available in the second round, and they're giving you back the garbage picks that they have in the second round.
Simply said, that's a layman's terms of we're getting rid of guys that we don't want.
That's correct.
But I think that when I saw that, I went, look, why exasperate this thing? You know, you're moving on. You're going to the Wizards. If they can't work a deal for you to trade you to a team that you'd like to go to, then they'll probably, I would think, waive him. Mm-hmm. Then you can go sign as a free agent for the league minimum to wherever.
There you go.
So I don't understand why that. Well, he probably contacted Isaiah. So what?
Yeah.
That's his right. And if he gets any feedback from Isaiah Thomas, whether you like it or not, folks, he's going to do that. And I loved it. Matter of fact, you and I talked about it, Jimmy, last Wednesday and Thursday. We talked about, hey, look, Jimmy Bill does not want to come back. He's on the market.
Yep.
I said, you know what? If you can pay the luxury tax, Matt Ishbia, go for it. There's another score. And what did I say? This team needs 3 all-stars / 3 superstars to win NBA championships. In fact, there was a huge article about 2 weeks ago talking about you must have at least 3 superstars / all-stars if you're going to win it all. And they went over the last 5 years of those that have won it. Sure enough, look at Denver. You got Jokic, Gordon, and Murray.
Yep.
The latest.
But they weren't all-stars, which that's the key right there. But they could have been. They could have been all-star
Okay.
players. They were good enough. They
However you want to paint the
They
picture.
just weren't voted in.
However you want to paint the picture.
I'm with you.
They're all dudes, right?
Yes, they are dudes.
So if I felt that if Matt Ishbia wanted to pay that luxury tax, I'm like, go for it, man. In fact, I said on this show, I said, hey, look, if you're going to do it for the next 2 or 3 years, as long as you have Kevin Durant, as a Suns fan for 55 years, go make this happen. Now, whatever you do with DA is going to be interesting to see because you'd have 4 max contracts now. I think it's about 130 plus or minus $1 million
135, something like that.
in contract in money next year.
Yeah.
So what? Go
Yeah.
for it. You'll make up for it. And for as a billionaire, right off the luxury tax. Let's move on because we are hoping. Not that this guarantees anything, guys.
No, it doesn't guarantee anything.
But at least I think it gives us a better shot that they have that scorer and what
3 minutes
team in reference to finding a couple of bench players and some guys that support these 3 or these 4 is what I think Suns fans are looking for.
The thing that I want to remind everybody is that Isaiah Thomas had really good success when he was the general manager for the Toronto Raptors, and he acquired some really good talent, and they won. They went all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals before they were eliminated by Philadelphia. I covered that particular final, and I got to know Isaiah pretty well.
He knows basketball.
He knows basketball. The problem is I had a guy the other night here at a refreshment stand, right? Get on me about Isaiah. Well, look what he did in New York. Hey, I got news for you. Phil Jackson failed in New York. Look how many other coaches have failed in the
Mike
New York.
D'Antoni failed
in New York.
Jeff Hornacek failed in New York.
There you go.
And the other thing, too, about CP3 not finding out
2 minutes.
So he got a text from his son on a plane going to New York. I have a hard time believing that the Suns would be that cold and callous and not try, at least attempt to contact him and alert him that here's what's going down. Now, they might have said, hey, look, here's some things in the works before he got on the plane.
Right.
And that things happened. So in their mind, they might have said, hey, look, we've alerted him. We let him know that there are some things in the works that might happen to you in reference to what's going to happen. So in their mind, they might have already.
Right.
But I find it utterly ridiculous that they would not have tried to contact or at least laid the groundwork out for him prior to him getting on that airplane.
Yeah.
I'm
with you.
I'd have more faith that Matt Ishbia is not that cold and calculated. That James Jones, after all CP3 has done for this town,
correct,
for this team, would not just snub him, go do a deal. I think the groundwork was laid, Jimmy. I really do. Prior to him getting on that plane.
Yep.
1
And
minute.
once he got off,
1
I'm
minute.
sure they'd have called him and said. So I'm not totally like dissing the Suns on that scenario.
No, I'm with you on that 100%. I just want people to understand Isaiah has a lot of shortcomings. We know what happened off the court. But that was, once again, after what he had accomplished in Toronto. I just want people to understand that he is a knowledgeable basketball mind.
And why wouldn't you throw stuff at Isaiah Thomas
I would.
with your team and your coaches and your general manager? Because Matt Ishbia wants to win. I love that.
I do too.
He's got that fire in his belly. He's a former player.
Yeah.
He knows what it takes to win. He's seen it. Now he's got the dinero. Welcome to Barrio Queen. Just kind of flavor it up.
See?
Let's go make it happen. Bring the chips and salsa.
All right,
Let's go get it done.
Let's party. Hey, we want to remind everybody, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and we're broadcasting from the Barrio Queen. It is indeed Taco Tuesday and also El Bandito Yankee Tuesday as well. And we also want to remind you that how would you like to win a customized regulation cornhole board set? You can. It's all courtesy of Wright Toyota. Just text Wright to 55678. That's Wright to 55678. 1 entry per day. More details available on the contest at rockandmanuch.com. It is a customized regulation cornhole board set. Thank you to Wright Toyota for your sponsorship. And once again, just text Wright to 55678. Coming up, it's our Valley Chevy Dealer Sounds of the Night, and it is next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Win a customized Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Wright Toyota Cornhole Board Set. Just text Wright to 55678. That's right to 55678. Message and data rates may apply. That's right to 55678.
Are you looking to get in the best shape of your life and offer your son or daughter the best training in Arizona? Then listen up. Dan Manuch here for the new Coco 5 Performance Center at Legacy Park located in Southeast Mesa, the premier training facility in the Southwest. The state-of-the-art facility is 25,000 square feet, which combines junior high, high school, and college teams, as well as individual athletes of all ages, and it's the new home of my quarterback training. They have the best team of coaches led by Olympic gold medal winner Dan O'Brien. If your son or daughter wants to get bigger, stronger, and faster, then you need to call the Coco 5 Performance Center now. Sign up by calling 480-572-0647, and one of their team members will get you the type of training specific to your sport. That's 480-572-0647, or go online to elitesportsaz.com. And for limited time, mention me, Dan Manucci, and they'll give you your first session free on me. That's 480-572-0647, or go to elitesportsaz.com.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Golfers, tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge Trade-In, Trade-Up event is happening now through June 30th. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Hey Arizona, do you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Turn your home into restricted areas.
All right, about 30 seconds.
Incoming flights, you want them diverted. The new Raid Essentials Light Trap plugs into the wall and uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes. Its 24/7 continuous attraction provides insecticide-free protection that's people and pet friendly. Consider air service interrupted. New Raid Essentials Light Trap. Insecticide-free protection.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app. Time for the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new
You guys are hot.
Local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, we continue live. Always better than the alternative. Here in Scottsdale, Barrio Queen is where you can find us. Great lunch crowd already enjoying the great food. And, of course, it is indeed El Bandito Yankee Tequila Day as well. So It is time now for our Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night. And we will begin with following up on our discussion on Chris Paul. Now, he was flying to New York to be on Good Morning America, and he's promoting his new book, and rightfully so. And that's when the news broke. So when he got there and was on ABC television, this is the way then that he talked about finding out the news.
I was surprised too. I found out on the plane yesterday flying here for this. You know, in this league, anything can happen. So you just figure out what's next.
Well, and he's right. That's the way it's a business.
You know what?
And you have to understand it's a business.
That, Jimmy, is all I need to say. Nothing about Isaiah Thomas coming into play and all that. And that happened that was yesterday's Good Morning America, folks. And that happened when he found out flying out there on Sunday. When it came down, I think there's more to it than just that. I really believe that the groundwork was laid by the Suns with CP3. They talked to him last week.
Oh, yeah. And
that was out there that they're talking about movement, about trades, about this, about that. I think it was very clear that they had told him, at least what we had seen was reported, that he wasn't coming back. And that the Suns are trying to work out a trade that made sense for him to move on. So I think that groundwork being laid out, that the thing, it all came together. They said it's a very complicated scenario to go get Bradley Beal for CP3 and the others that were involved, Landry Shamet and the two other Wizards.
They're G League players.
Yeah, well, and Goodwin too, who's a solid player, solid defensive guy. So I think that finding out the actual scenario, I mean, they probably would say, hey, look, give us a call and you get off the plane, blah, 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 whatever. Right. So that he makes it sound like it came out of the clear blue. No, it didn't.
No.
The Suns were working on something to go ahead and make sure that he was taken care of, at least to somebody one way or the other.
Right.
So
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I think that the whole story needs to be told sometimes, or how dare the Suns? How callous can they be? No, they're not callous. This is all laid out and just happened to happen while he was on the plane. While he was on the air.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got that. Interesting, because Kevin Durant made some comments back in December. Remember, he was still playing for the Nets at that time. And at that time, Bradley Beal was being shopped a little bit by the Wizards. And, of course, the Nets were going to be interested in acquiring Bradley Beal as well. So here's the soundbite now with Kevin Durant back in December discussing Bradley Beal as a player and scorer.
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame all-star scorer, player. Calling him just a scorer is diminishing who he is. I mean, you take that away from your team, you're trying to figure out where that presence is going to be.
And I think, because remember, January 15th was a trade deadline.
Yeah.
So this conversation he had was at I think it was middle of the end of December, that, hey, look, this guy's a hell of a scorer. And the full conversation, he'd be a total benefit for the Nets.
Yeah.
To come into Brooklyn and to go ahead and make things happen and maybe get them over the top, whatever that was. So I think that at that point, it's kind of nice to hear that he's bought in with this whole scenario. And I think, looking at the standpoint with D-Book and KD and now Bill, allegedly, hopefully the deal's still not done, folks.
That is
still got to get done completely. Yes. And then whether they keep DeAndre Ayton or not is a pretty damn good shot at winning the Western Conference and then hoping winning it all from that standpoint.
I'm with you on that, but you're still going to have to go through Denver. And
I agree.
And those guys are good.
Well,
we know how good they are.
And with that being said, Jimmy, okay, you look at their 4 or 5 guys and a couple of their bench guys.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, can we match them? Can we stay healthy? I think Bill's missed on average the last 4 years, 30 games per season.
He has. He's had a run of injuries
lately. And then you got Katie. But I think what Matt Ishbia did was looked at Denver. They're the front runners.
They are.
And said, okay, how do we match up with them? Who do I need to get? Now I'll be interested to see who else he gets to accommodate that, because Brown coming off the bench, total scorer. And then Christian Brown, the KU rookie, him coming off the bench. They've got scoring prowess all over the place.
They do.
So I think from there, it's defense, scoring. Can you hold Denver to about 105-ish? And then can you match that? to go above and beyond is what Ishbia is looking at. That's his model right now.
Yeah, it is.
If we're going to win it all, we got to go chase those guys.
You have to chase Denver, and you have to be able to score 100.
3 minutes.
And that's just the way it's going to be this coming season. All right, so that wraps up our conversation on the Suns. So let's move to the Diamondbacks. By the way, the first place Diamondbacks in the National League West, and they are back on track. They've now won 3 of their last 4, and Alec Thomas got back into the lineup. Oh, by the way, he got it going in a hurry. Thank you to Bally Sports.
A second to see the ball a little better. Welcome back, Alec Thomas. Fly ball to right field, and there it goes. Alec Thomas, one swing back from AAA, and it's 6-0 Diamondbacks against Corbin Burns in the first.
Well, they just jumped on him in the first inning. I mean, just lit him up and went on to win the game easily at 9-1. Speaking of a guy named Corbin, how about this guy hitting his 16th home run of the year? Corbin Carroll. Thank you to Bally Sports.
And Corbin Carroll leads off the ninth. This is hit out to deep left center. Corbin Carroll gone. He's at it again. Number 16 for Corbin Carroll. And it's 9-1. His power to the opposite field is constantly surprising.
Manuch, this kid's amazing.
You know, and
2 minutes.
He just said it right there. You know, the opposite field power.
Yeah.
Now to have Alec Thomas and adding his pop to his bat and his speed back in the lineup along with McCarthy. I think that you look at speed, look at power and the pop. But just, you know, you look at Kelly pitching yesterday, 7 innings, only 3 hits, gave up the 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, only 88 pitches, 61 of those being strikes. So they got them out of that. And the bullpen just kind of steadfast, getting out of there after 88 pitches. Nice little day. Get him out of there. Save him for the next start.
All right. Quickly to golf, because it is now Tuesday and the U.S. Open was over on Sunday. But we would be remiss if we didn't run the final and emotional moments that took place after Wyndham Clark won the U.S. Open. Thank you to CBS. And here it is for you right now.
Who takes down all the stars in Los Angeles to win the United States Open.
Boy, the emotion for that. I mean, I got teary-eyed going, wow. Yeah. Just, you know, and them talking about
1 minute, 1 minute.
Passed away just a few short years ago. The sounds of the day are driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. Spring into adventure at your Valley Chevy dealers. Spring into impressive power with the 2023 Silverado 1500 LT Turbo Max. Take an adventure, the new Chevy Trailblazer, Equinox, and Blazer. See your Valley Chevy dealers today for current offers on all cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers at your Valley Chevy dealers.
So how good really is Bradley Beal? Because maybe a lot of Suns fans haven't seen a lot of him since he's played for the Wizards on the East Coast. Well, Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton, he's seen Beal a lot. And he's going to fill everybody in, and it's coming up next. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We broadcast live from the Barrio Queen here in Scottsdale on Fox Sports 910.
What's trending? 910 Phoenix.
The Coyotes placed winger Zach Cashin and
yes, sir.
Patrick Nemeth on waivers with the intention of buying out their contracts. The Diamondbacks beat the Brewers in yesterday's series opener. They go for 2 straight in today's tilt with Ryan Nelson getting the start.
Yeah, of course. No worries, Jimmy.
The NL West at 44-29. Chase Field is hosting the MLB Draft Combine starting today and running through the 25th. The draft takes place July 9th through the 11th. And the Suns have reportedly been fielding calls regarding center DeAndre Ayton following Sunday's announcement of the Bradley Beal trade. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks is always adding exciting cocktails to the menu, like the expertly balanced Sincoro Hall of Fame Margarita. Try it at your local lodge today.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Win a customized Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Wright Toyota Cornhole Board Set. Just text RIGHT to 55678. That's RIGHT to 55678. Message and data rates may apply. That's RIGHT to 55678.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value.
No, I'm calling him for the second time right now, and he did not answer.
Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs.
Yeah, I just went to his voicemail, so I did not get him.
Trade-Up event is happening now through June 30th.
Okay, sounds good.
Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being...
Okay, I threw a couple PSAs in to give him an extra minute here.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers,
Okay, sounds good.
You need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I did, but I thought that was for later for Dwayne Rankin.
Verizon. Now you can pick only the perks you want in your phone plan and save on every one.
I can play it coming back if you want.
Get exactly what you want, only pay for what you need. Get My Plan at your
Okay, you got it.
today. $10 per month for each My Plan perk. Additional terms and conditions apply per perk.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad.
Yeah, he hasn't called in yet, so we'll just go with the bumper and then the Beal highlight.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
They're on their feet here at the Capital One Arena. Bertans to Beal, 5 seconds. Beal, crossover, in the paint, step back for the win. Got it! 5/10 of a second remaining.
Credit the Bulls doing a good job.
not letting Brad get it on the first route, but great job by Brad on the step.
You guys are hot about 5 seconds.
Locking in that window, having enough time and patience to complete the game.
Now, there you go, a little Bradley Beal action for you. Look, the dude can flat out play. We know that. I've seen him play a lot throughout his entire NBA career, and he has skills. And he can bring the ball up the court. I think some people say, well, who's going to be the point guard? Well, didn't Devin Booker average like almost 10 assists a game when Chris Paul was out? Bradley Beal can do basically the same thing. So you're going to have an option of one time one guy brings it up and sets up the offense, the next time the other guy brings it up. And
or they go find a true point guard to that point.
They can do
who's
that
out
as
there,
well.
Who's out there for a league minimum or for a?
Hey, Patrick Beverly's out there.
Well, you know what? He hell of a defensive guy. He's like that Danny Ainge kind of guy. You love to have him on your team, but I look at Bill last year. He played 50 games. I was averaging close to 34 minutes per. 23.2 points per game. He's a hell of a shooter. He's 50% for field goals.
Yep.
3-point shooting about close to 37. Rebounding 3.9 and assists 5.5. So not far off of his career stats. When you look at it, Jimmy, averaging 35 minutes per game, about 22 points per game. Field goal percentage 46 from the field, and 37 from 3-point land. And then his 4.1 in rebounding and 4.3 in assists. So solid two that can score.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen many games like Book and Kevin Durant where Bill just took over.
Yes, he
I
did.
mean, I saw a few games last year.
He did.
And you're watching the Wizards. You're going, well, there's one guy you can watch, Bradley Beal. I mean, he's kind of one of those guys. You go, wow, let me watch this guy. And he's kept them in games. Yeah. And as bad as they played or didn't play, kept them in games, got them back in games, and helped close out whatever little wins that they had as a Wizard.
I'm really impressed that this deal, when it comes to fruition, is just going to make the Phoenix Suns even that much more interesting because of the availability of shooters now that are on this team. And if one guy's having a bad night, you got two other guys that can still fill it up. The thing that I want to see take place here, I want to see what's going to take place with DeAndre Ayton. And I know what our question of the day is today, our State 48 Roofing question of the day. And you can always go to Roc and Manuch Twitter and cast your vote. Do you keep them or trade them? Manuch just talked about last segment people that were walking past us saying, trade them, trade them, trade them. Where
they didn't hesitate.
They did not hesitate.
Did not hesitate.
No, they did
and
not.
They're all Suns fans. There was
Suns fans.
4 or 5 out of the 6 that trade them.
Yeah. I'm not so sure that I'm in that category yet because Tim Kempton told us it's hard to find guys who are 18-10. And that's what DeAndre
and 7'1".
And yes, and that's what DeAndre Ayton is. And look, I just think that Frank Vogel can get more out of him. I just think that the chemistry between Ayton and Vogel is going to be much better than we all know what it was between DA and Monty.
How does somebody not get along with Monty Williams? How does somebody that is totally on DA. I mean, Monty Williams did a phenomenal job of changing the culture.
I agree with that.
He came in here with the Suns team and just won 18 games.
Yes.
He flipped the script.
Yep.
So what could have possibly happened between last year and this year, where first and foremost, we found out last year when they got to training camp and picture day that D had not talked to Monty Williams all off season. To me, that's right. I think a lot of that, my personal opinion from looking at it from afar, that this young man needs to grow up. That was on DA. That's on DA. I mean, everybody else has gotten along with what we find out with Monty Williams. How do you not get along with Monty Williams? So something somewhere rubbed this kid wrong, where either he's going to have to learn how to deal with it, because Frank Vogel, I guarantee you, you talking about someone's going to be tough on him as far as defense, and get your ass down there and get up underneath. And if you can't take direction, you won't be here not for long. And if it's not working out, January 15th is right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But right at the moment, I'm not so sure that I would trade Ayton unless the deal knocks your socks off. And I'm not sure what you could get. If you
or you get the right kind of player.
There you go.
Because You know, Jim, you talk about he's 7'1", he's 7'1". Well, sometimes he plays like he's 6'8".
I'm well aware. You can't trade him for a basket of balls. You're going to have
we get that.
You're going to have to get something very good in return.
Well, Jimmy, if they do keep him, do you think Matt Ishbia, James Jones, can they fill this roster with, I'm assuming, 1 year vet minimum guys on the roster and add some depth if you're going to keep Ayton?
If you're a veteran player and you know you're going to get the veteran minimum, which is $5 million, all right, and you have an opportunity to be on not just a playoff contender, but maybe a title contender, playing with the three guys that they now have, I would think that a lot of vet guys would really seriously consider the Phoenix Suns.
And I think one of those is Reggie Jackson.
Yes.
I mean, he's a great point guard. We saw 2-3 years ago against the Suns. He averaged 17.8 points in the playoffs with the Clippers. But on top of that, he's an NBA champion. He was there with the Nuggets.
Yes.
So he could come in because he's probably not going to get as many minutes with the Nuggets as he would with the Suns, especially with the lack of point guard depth they have.
And to that point, been there and done that. So Frank Vogel's been there and done that.
Yes.
If you have guys that have been there and done that, you stop thinking about it. Kevin Durant,
3 minutes.
Another one that's been there and done that, won an NBA title. So I think those are some of the things that you look at. I'm like you, Jim. I'm a little on the fence with DA with this question.
I am at the moment.
You know, I would just love to see. You know, you got the 4 max deals. You got, you know, DA could be an all-star if he just put his hard mind into it each and every day. I just find it hard to believe that you had 3 other coaches that just couldn't get that out of you on a consistent basis. It's there. That's there. But for him to do that on a consistent basis, and then if they do keep him, I'm just curious to see if Matt Ishbia and James Jones call him into the principal's office.
Yeah.
Say, look, here's the deal. This is what we need from you each and every game. Not to threaten him, but I think just to shoot a missile, not a bullet, a missile across his bow, to say, look, we need you to step up because we will not hesitate to make a move at January 15th if we have, because we're here to win. And if you're not bought in every
2 minutes.
single night you play, aside from the nights you're hurt or whatever, then we can make a move. So what do you want to do, DA? Do you want to be dialed in every night, every day? Is your heart to win it? I know you're making a lot of money for a young guy, but we're here to win. Are you in? If you're not, that's okay. We'll move on without you because we're here to win. And if we find out we're not getting the production out of you, we'll make a move January 15th. Are you good with that? And I think if they're upfront and honest with him to let him lay that groundwork out there for DA to go, man, I guess they're serious. Well, hell yeah, they're serious. Unless you want to go, they want to shuffle you off to Buffalo and you go live in acrimony with whomever, go make your money. But good luck with your next contract if you can live up to another max deal.
I really was kind of hoping that they would have cut that deal for Miles Turner and the Indiana Pacers. I really was, because Turner plays hard. He's had injury issues, but he does play hard. At any rate,
1 minute, 1 minute.
The draft is coming up Thursday.
That's right.
Do you believe that there would be a way for the Suns to worm their way back into the draft, maybe even a second rounder somewhere?
Well, they've given up. They're going to give up several second rounders with this.
They're gone.
They're gone. I don't think the draft is important for this team.
Okay.
You might get a guy that you see maybe as you can develop
down
the road and put in the G League. From that standpoint, I'm going with vets. I'm all in.
Okay.
I can't have a rookie and take the training wheels off of him or take the floaties off and put them in the deep end. I need guys that can swim against the current, against the riptides, whatever, then go make this happen. So I'm not that intrigued with who the Suns get in the draft. I really am not.
But do you think maybe other teams that are looking at DeAndre and maybe want to invest or trade in him before? Because I've seen some trade opportunities with a pick involved.
Yes, I've seen that as well. So I have.
If you got to throw in a pick, throw in another second pick. Throw in the next 10 years worth of picks. It's second-round picks for DeAndre Ayton. I don't care.
Manuch is in for today. That's what
That's
Manuch
right,
is
man.
in for.
I waited 55 years.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
care
Yes.
for the next. I don't care for developing anybody. I want guys that can go ahead and make it happen.
It's
now.
interesting, too, how DeAndre Ayton, before that trade, his kind of trade market was quiet, and now that Beal has been traded reportedly by Shams Charania, people are now more interested in DeAndre Ayton, which is good news for the Suns.
That is correct. You might get something for him now if indeed that is the direction you decide to go in. Hey, right now, you want to text right to 55678. That's RIGHT to 55678. It's our brand new customized regulation cornhole board set. It's all presented by Wright Toyota. We appreciate their sponsorship tremendously. But right now, you have a chance to win a customized regulation cornhole board set. Just text Wright to 55678. You will be in the running for the drawing, and there are more details on the contest at rockandmanuch.com. All right, when we come back, we're going to take you back in time with On This Day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is Attention Listeners with Colin Cowherd.
The PGA golf is run now by a
I do, yep.
Saudi Arabian investment fund. You got a problem with that? Because the biggest companies, advertisers for golf, they do business with Saudi Arabia. The pearl clutching. Some of you media peeps ever run a business? Not everything's perfect. They needed their stars back.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
Make the right choice, Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale. There are so many dealers to choose from, but there's only one that truly cares about the people here in Arizona. Wright Toyota is family owned. They are not some huge corporation led by a bunch of bean counters that are all just concerned with the bottom line. The family at Wright Toyota invests in the community and local charities. Proceeds from every car sold goes directly back to the people in need. Wright Toyota is even dog friendly. If you just want to shop from home, log on to WrightToyota.com for their full inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's right, the right place, the right selection, the right people. Wright Toyota on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at WrightToyota.com.
Well, you won't go wrong.
I wouldn't have gone wrong.
At Wright Toyota, well, you won't go wrong.
I wouldn't have gone wrong.
At Wright Toyota, well, you won't go wrong.
I wouldn't have gone wrong.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Golfers, tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge Trade-In, Trade-Up event is happening now.
Okay, sounds good.
Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think
about 30 seconds.
Kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Meant for mornings. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7
You guys are hot.
Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, everybody, we're hanging out in Scottsdale today at the Barrio Queen. Great lunch crowd continues here as we broadcast right out of the bar area, which is perfect for the three of us. Also, a little El Bandito Yankee Tequila Day as well. And Jim Bob Morris, the owner of El Bandito, is going to join us at 2:15 for his picks. That always is a great segment. But now, let's get to On This Day.
Back in 2017, Tiger Woods checks into a clinic to manage his pain medication and sleep disorder following his arrest for driving under the influence. You watch that, it's very disturbing.
Ooh.
Thank God they pulled him over before he would have killed somebody else or himself in reference to that situation. You just kind of went, wow, Tiger. You got to, I think at that point when you get that addicted, or I should say reliable on those pain meds, what have you, anything can happen. So good for him to go in there in 2017. Jimmy, you remember this, 2013, LeBron and the Miami Heat won their second straight NBA championship, taking an epic series 4-3 win with a Game 7 win over San Antonio 95-88. LeBron was named the Finals MVP for the second straight year. It was the third straight Finals appearance for the Heat and the big three of LeBron, Dwayne, and Chris Bosh. We're not going to win one, not going to win two, not going to win three.
I love
We're
that.
going to win 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 90 of them for that stand.
I love that. I thought that was a lot of fun.
And they ended up winning 3. I thought they maybe could have won a couple of more, but Chris Bosh fell into some health issues.
He did. He had a heart issue as well.
And so that kind of put a little bit of a kibosh on that. 2015, an ex-Diamondback, that being Max Scherzer of the Nationals, comes very close to pitching a perfect game, but has to settle for a 6-0 no-hitter over the Pirates. With 2 outs in the ninth, he hits pinch hitter Jose Tabata with a pitch after retiring his first 26 batters in order as Tabata appears to lean into the pitch. Scherzer then retires Josh Harrison on a fly ball to end the game. I mean, I'll take the no-no. I mean, was a slight lean into it when you watch? Yeah, he might have been a little bit of a slight lean, but I got to tell you what, Scherzer kept his poise.
He did.
Said, all right, let's go back and let's make the next pitch, get the next out. Got to pop up for his no-hitter. 2017, Sammy Sosa cracks his 600th career home. This is what it sounded like.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. A drive, right center field. It is back. It is up. It is 600 for Sosa.
Yeah, Sammy joins Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, and Willie Mays at that level. Jason Marquise allows the shot for the Cubs in a weird circumstance. Listen to this, folks. Marquise is wearing uniform number 21, which Sosa had worn in his years with the Cubs. Isn't that interesting?
That is amazing that that's the case. And you know what? Sosa and the Cubs still haven't really patched things up. And it's terrible the way that has played out.
2001, hitting his 38th homer of the season.
3 minutes.
Breaks the major league mark established by Reggie Jackson in 1969 and Mark McGwire in 1998 for home runs hit before the All-Star game. The Giants left fielder still has 17 games to add to the record. So I guess the clear and the cream and the shots were all working very well early on in that season.
He still has to hit the baseball at 98 miles an hour.
Well, here's what happens,
the cream
Jimmy.
and the clear does nothing if you don't make contact.
Let me show you what happens. Going from a 7 1/4 head to an 8 head, it expanded his eyes. So he's able to see the baseball like a beach ball versus a pea coming off the hands of guys throwing about 95 to 98 miles an hour. 1998, speaking of Sammy,
Yeah.
he cranks out his 21st home run in the last 30 days. Something no other slugger has ever done. Speaking of clear cream and whatever enhancements there are. The previous high was 20, set by Ralph Kiner in 1947.
2 minutes.
By Roger Maris in 1961. Sosa's 30 days go from May 22nd through June 22nd. 30 days.
He got on a roll.
Man, that, and you see the juice, the cork bat, whatever else we did, some of the things he did, whatever he had on that.
He did have the American flag on his hand when he ran out to the outfield, okay?
Yeah, the cork bat, the juice, allegedly, and all that other stuff.
I get it, but everybody did
Jimmy.
it. Everybody did it.
Yeah, not everybody was doing that. But anyways, those are our on this day, as it seems like the juice, clear, and cream seem to be the theme for the hitters.
Brady Anderson for Baltimore hit 52 home runs in one season during the cream and the clear and the juice, as you like to say.
They're all. And
he never hit more than 25 ever again.
Yeah, there's a few guys. I think there's a couple of ex-Diamondbacks that kind of fall in that category.
I'm with you on that as well.
Yeah,
one minute.
Anything that we see with Barry Bonds, I'm just going to put an asterisk right there.
Can't do that. Is the asterisk in the in Major League Baseball's record book? It is not. It shows his home run total, and that's what it shows, Manu.
Yeah, so I wonder if he'll ever be in the Hall of – he won't be in the Hall of Fame. He'll be in the Hall of Shame. They'll have that room over there with all
there
of
are
the
lots of guys in the
clear,
Hall of Shame.
cream, all the other stuff.
30 seconds.
In fact, they might be having a sale on the clear and the cream over there off to the side in Cooperstown.
Oh, my God.
Where you at, Jimmy?
Our El Bandito Yankee Tequila Pickup Contest with founder Jim Bob Morris is on the way in our second hour, and we'll dive into more of the Bradley Beal trade with the Suns. We are
10 seconds
from the Barrio Queen in Scottsdale. Come and join us. It is indeed Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
With every other attorney out there claiming the right attorney for you, it's time we look at the facts. Lerner & Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people receive compensation for their injuries. We've recovered billions of dollars, with over $1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone. We have over 50 attorneys and over 400 legal professionals and their resources to fight for you. The reality is, there's Lerner & Rowe, then there's everybody else. Interact, need a check?
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, Arizona, do you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
The free iHeartRadio app covers the sports teams you love like no one else. Catch the latest breaking news from national to almost every local sports station in the country. Plus, don't miss the NBA draft this Thursday. Make the iHeart app your go-to to stay up to date on all things in the sports world. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey, babe, what you got there?
This is a check from Carvana. I just sold my car to them. I went online and Carvana gave me an offer right away. Then they just picked up the car and gave me this.
Well, that's a big check. Sorry, your check, not mine.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air is going to make your life easier. Hey, it's Jody Aylern, and I know when I've got a plumbing problem or something wrong with my AC, I immediately go into panic mode. Now, I don't ever have to worry again. I'm proud to partner with PlumSmart. Right now, you can get a drain cleaning for just $49 with no trip charge. Plus, new customers can get a 1-year plumbing maintenance agreement for free, a $300 value. All you have to do is go to itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com, because plumbers charge too much.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The Suns have reportedly been fielding calls regarding center DeAndre Ayton following Sunday's announcement of the Bradley Beal trade. The Coyotes placed winger Zach Kassian and defenseman Patrick Nemeth on waivers with the intention of buying out their contracts. The Diamondbacks beat the Brewers in yesterday's series opener. They look for 2 straight with Ryan Nelson on the mound today. Arizona remains atop the National League West at 44-29. Chase Field is hosting the MLB Draft Combine starting today and running through the 25th. The draft takes place from July 9th through the 11th. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Temps about normal this time of 103 on
30 seconds.
The clouds we saw on Monday will part and move on to the east. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by Maricopa Community Colleges.
Save money by getting your bachelor's degree at Maricopa Community Colleges. Now you can start your degree with us and finish it here too. For information on available degrees and participating colleges, visit maricopa.edu/bachelors.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching.
You guys are hot.
Better place in the valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, the Diamondbacks are getting ready to play against the Milwaukee Brewers once again, and it is in the Brew City, and they won yesterday by a score of 9-1. By the way, if you're looking for a great place to watch the D-backs game, all you have to do is just go to the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona. They always have food and drink specials available. They have 2 theater quality projection screens and 46 flat screen televisions. And, of course, you can make your wagers right there at the sports book. It's all available for you at Casino, Arizona. So right now, with the D-backs playing terrific baseball, still in first place in the National League West, the Dodgers are chasing. San Francisco Giants are on the move. They've won 8 in a row, Manuch.
And are only 3.5 back. Talk about a turnaround. They and the Cincinnati Reds, the Reds have run 9 in a row. How about Joey Votto coming back after being out for 10 months? First at bat, goes yard in Cincinnati. So they're 1 or 9 in a row. The Giants have won 8 in a row, and they've got a 4-game set. They won last night. They got 3 more games against the Padres. So being 3.5 games back, the D-backs winning 3 out of the last 4. They just got to pretty much just keep winning those series. And they play today, tomorrow, they'll go in. First pitch is 11-10. Then on Thursday, they got to go back and do that makeup game against the Nationals. And that's going to be a 10:05 game. So they fly into Washington because remember the smoke?
Yes.
That was from the fires?
Yeah, they had to cancel games.
They got to go make that up. And they got to fly clear across country to San Francisco for a 3-game set against the Giants. So talk about sucking it up and having to play ball. So you play today at 5 o'clock. I think it's 5 o'clock our time. Tomorrow morning at 3:10. You fly in overnight to Washington at 10:05. Early game.
Yep.
And then you fly all the way back to San Francisco for 2 night games and an afternoon game on Sunday. So D-backs got their work cut out for them this week.
They do, but I always chuckle when people say that because they don't fly commercial like you and I would have to do. They have their own charter, and it picks them up and takes them right to the doorstep pretty much.
How about Alec Thomas flying in from I feel he flew in from not quite sure, but he lands in Chicago at 4 o'clock in the morning, grabs a car and drives into Milwaukee 100 miles away.
Yeah.
Hour and a half later, and then there he is in yesterday's ball game.
Bang.
First at bat, in the top in the first inning. They score 6 in that first inning, and just like that. But man, watching Corbin Carroll right now, 16 dingers, opposite field home runs.
He's got the power.
That's got to be his 4th or 5th opposite field home run. And then on top of that, just the coverage he has in the outfield has just been, it's incredible to watch this young man. Right now, the odds-on rookie of the year, if he can keep it up. But then again, there's those San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers will catch wind, but you got the San Diego Padres fading like tissue paper in a rainstorm.
I knew you were going to say
with
that.
3 more games against the Giants.
I don't know what's going on with the Padres. I don't know why they're scuffling along the way that they
pitching,
are.
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's
Lack
it.
of pitching.
Lack of pitching.
They got the bats.
They got bats.
They got bats.
And they have defense, but they don't have enough pitching at all.
But you see a team like San Francisco, and everybody's going to have their run, right?
Right, they do.
And we saw the Diamondbacks. They had 2 6-winning streaks in a row. So you had 1 6-game winning streak, lose 2, get another 6, lose 2, lose 3, and now they won the last 3 out of 4. So as long as the ebb and flow of a team, you don't lose more in reference to you go on a 4 or 5, 6-game losing streak, that's going to be very tight in the National League West. So I think now we've got an official race with 3 teams, at least for now, and you're just waiting for San Diego to make their run. And when a team makes their run, if you're in the lead, just if you can sustain that. And for the Diamondbacks, it's all about their starting rotation, whether they can go ahead and handle things like we saw with Kelly yesterday.
Right.
Kelly yesterday.
Merrill Kelly.
Yeah, with his strong, 7 innings and outstanding array of pitching yesterday in that game. And they only throw 88 pitches in the 7 innings. So quick, effective, and plus it's always nice to have house money when you're up 8-zip, 9-zip going into that 7th inning.
That does give a pitcher luxury from that standpoint, where you're not as concerned as making a mistake with a pitch because you do have that big lead. All right, to the Phoenix Suns, and right now still trying to make the Bradley Beal trade official. It has not happened yet. If you were under a rock and didn't hear what took place over the weekend, Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and a bunch of picks headed to the Washington Wizards for Bradley Beal, guard Jordan Goodwin, along with Isaiah Todd, who's a G League guy with the Wizards organization. Now, the Wizards, according to reports, asked about DeAndre Ayton in the deal, but the Suns declined to put him in that deal.
Not that deal.
No.
They weren't going to do that. It's interesting because you see, Beal, who signed a 5-year, $251 million max contract last offseason, he has that no-trade clause in his contract, somewhat limited in the trade market as we found out. However, he ultimately proved willing to waive that no trade to a contender, i.e., and when you look at the Suns, with Booker and Durant, that's pretty much the key of what he's looking for. And the scenario, as far as Chris Paul's concerned, the Wizards will need to guarantee an extra $9 million or so in Paul's salary, bringing his total guarantee up to around $25 million. So for now, the Wizards are reported looking for ways to shop Paul to a contender.
Right.
With the Clippers, and there might be a few others that are out there as well, too. Or if that deal can't be done, they hold on to him, or they waive him, and he walks away with the $15 million guarantee or whatever that comes to. So for right now, are going to trade is the terms being reported by so many stories out there versus have traded Bill to the Phoenix Suns.
By the way, Dwayne Rankin from GoPHNX is going to be our guest roughly in about 10 minutes from right now, maybe 8 minutes from right now.
Suns beat writer.
Yep, we're going to have him on the show. He's a terrific guest. It's always fun when he comes on. Manuch, let's get to a couple of other items real quick here. Arizona State football, kind of back in the news here a little bit. They're continuing to add players with multiple reports indicating that defensive linemen Raymar Williams has committed to the Sun Devils. Also, Jawan Mitchell through the transfer portal. He was a Tennessee linebacker.
Yeah, that's good news to see that somebody from Tennessee would want to come and play with the Sun Devils. And sometimes a lot of these guys like Jawan Mitchell are good players. Maybe the writing's on the wall. He's not going to start or play a lot as much as he would. But coming out here to the Arizona State Sun Devils, again, I really believe when you look at Kenny Dillingham, the influx he had when he was at Florida State and at Auburn as far as recruiting
in the South,
and those tentacles he has or those contacts are going to prove beneficial when you look at some of the young men from Louisiana, Texas, Tennessee, in this case, Mississippi. So some really good, excellent football players that are in that transfer portal. So transfer portal, Rock and I had a chance to somewhat break it down last Friday. Still a lot of individuals in that transfer portal. They have had to be in that transfer portal, I think, as of May 1st. So now it's up to the teams out there, Sun Devils, to go make their last gets before training camp. I'm going to say, 6 to 8 weeks away.
Sure. Now, this happened over the weekend as well, where San Diego State sent a letter to the Mountain West commissioner saying that they're leaving the Mountain West, but they wanted an extra month extension to put pieces of the puzzle together. The Mountain West said, nope, we're not going to do that. You're just going to be out.
Yeah, that was last week, Jim.
Last week.
Yeah, it happened last Friday when that all came together.
3 minutes?
They're looking, I think that their odds on would be probably the Pac-12 or maybe even make a move to the Big 12 as far as that's concerned. But wanting the extra month to make the decision, and I think it's Rob Thompson, who is a former K-State assistant athletic director, now heads up the Mountain West, has pretty much put his foot down and said it would cost you a lot of money. Now, it depends what ramifications they're going to get if they go to the Pac-12 or any other conference, whether it's the Big 12. Because I think if you go to the Big 12, the Pac-12, it's a great move for San Diego State. It's a natural move.
I agree with that.
But I think the reason why they want the extra month is to see where the negotiations go
for the TV.
With the TV contract.
Yeah.
So all that being said, we'll have to just wait and see on San Diego State. They are a staple of the Mountain West Conference, especially when you lost BYU to the Big 12. It's kind of like, well, who's left? What's left?
2 minutes.
Who does the Mountain West go after to replace a San Diego State? I think it's a natural for them to go to the Pac-12. But aside from that, I think if they've got the money to pay it out, which I think they do, they could end up doing that.
Could you see if Arizona State, Utah, Colorado do not jump to the Big 12, could you see the Big 12 taking San Diego State because they would get some of that California market?
It's possible. I think that's the main reason they're looking. They see the Big 10 get UCLA and USC, and the Big 12 would love to have Colorado, Utah, ASU, or U of A, and it's another possibility. And when you look at, you've already broached the Big 12, the Mountain West with BYU.
Right.
I think they'd love to have that West Coast conference.
Yeah.
By the way, San Diego is on the West Coast, Jimmy.
Yes.
Right on the coast.
It's right on the coast.
Right
it
on
is
the
the
coast.
water.
Yeah.
It runs right up to
Is it BYU independent?
No, they're going to the Big 12.
No, but I'm saying you said
their football.
they're
was,
independent.
Their football was
1 minute.
and everything else played in the West Coast Conference.
Gotcha.
Is what would take place
Yes.
there. But now they are making that jump to the Big 12. All right, coming up, it's our El Bandito Yankee Tequila Pick'em Contest. You get a chance to win a $25 gift card if you beat the El Bandito Yankee Tequila owner and former Green Bay Packer, Jim Bob Morris. He's got 3 picks for this week. We'll take the 5th caller, so get in right now at 602-260-9191. It's all coming up next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Hey, Arizona. Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup. When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge trade-in trade-up event is happening now through June 30th. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Win a customized Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Wright Toyota Cornhole Board Set. Just text RIGHT to 55678. That's RIGHT to 55678. Message and data rates may apply. That's RIGHT to 55678.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in!
Steve! Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you!
Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 60 seconds.
Jim Bob's good to go.
We know you.
At Charmin, we're so excited for Pride Month, we just had to sing about it.
Pride is here, and it's our duty to come together and shake our collective booty. Charmin loves bears, bottoms, and everybody wants to come. We'll help you stay clean when you need it the most.
Charmin is proud to partner with iHeartRadio for Can't Cancel Pride for the 4th year in a row. And while Pride is only a month long, our support rolls on forever. Let's enjoy the go and enjoy Pride together.
Meet Joe A, Joe B, and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect. Support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7
You guys are hot.
Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
And we are broadcasting live today from the Scottsdale location, and it is a Taco Tuesday and an El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well, and it is time for our Pick'em contest.
Tequila!
All righty, here we go. It is always fun when we get Jim Bob Morris on, the El Bandito Yankee Tequila owner, who has been on fire as far as making his selections. Jim Bob, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. How are you, pal?
Jimmy B and Manuch, buddy. How are you guys? I'm glad to be with you. And you're right, I have been on fire. I've been about as hot as a El Bandito Yankee, whatever the hell we want to come up with. But the fact of it is, I'm 109-3 against your audience. What does that say about what you're teaching this audience?
I'm saying right now that you got that K-State luck going strong is what you have going on. But by the way, Jim Bob, you need to send a case of El Bandido Yankee tequila to one Bradley Beal to get this deal closed for the Phoenix Suns, as it's reported he's coming this way to be a Phoenix Sun.
Well, I tell you what, I'll send him as many cases as it takes to close the deal. Let's get it done. Let's get it going.
I think you and us long-suffering Suns fans are all in that boat.
I had Jelly Roll, the singer, in this last weekend. We were working on a deal with him on sponsoring his tour, and we had his management team, and I gave those guys 6 cases, and we didn't get that deal closed yet. It might take 7.
You may want to let them know that Manuch has got some cousins that can help close that deal, if you know what I'm talking about there, Jim Bob.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. I like that. For sure.
All right, Jim Bob, let's get to the contest here. You're going to be playing against Ed Smithison of Tempe, and we have 3 questions, and they are all Major League Baseball. So here we go. Diamondbacks are rolling. They're in first place in the National League West. They are playing against Milwaukee tonight on the Brewers' home field. The over-under is 9. Are you going over or under?
Well, the Diamondbacks are averaging about 6 runs a game the last 3 games, and the Brewers are averaging a little over 3.5. You got to go the over, guys. We got to go the over.
All right, let's go back to Spence then in the studio. What did Ed have, Spence?
Ed also is thinking over. The Diamondbacks are just too hot to stop.
All right, speaking about too hot to stop, Jim Bob, the Padres at the Giants. The Giants have now won 8 in a row. They're only 3.5 back of the Diamondbacks. They got 3 more games, a 4-game set versus the Padres. Game number 2 tonight. The over-under is 8.5. Which way you going, Jim Bob, with the red-hot San Francisco Giants?
Keep the ball, buddy. The last game, the Giants went 15-0, 7-3 before, 7-4. The Giants are going to score 8.5 runs themselves tonight. The Padres will get 3. It's over.
All right, what does Ed have there, Spence?
Ed, again, is thinking kind of the same thing with the way the Giants just won't go away in any of these games. He's going over.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, if Ed picks the over on the next one, send him the gift certificate because he's the smartest guy I've played yet. But the Braves versus the Phillies, and here's the deal. The Braves have gone 8-1, 10-2, 14-6. The Braves alone score 8.5 runs against, the Phillies. Okay, the Braves alone. This is going to be a Grand Slam crusher. By the way, have you noticed how many Grand Slams we got this going on? This is crazy.
We got 37, I believe. Rock counted as of last Friday. 37 to 38 slams. The Grand Salamis are going out the yard left and right there, Jim Bob.
We love offense, and we're taking over on the Braves and Phillies.
All right. What does Ed have, Spence?
Ed's excited for his gift card because he's also going over.
Give it to the man. Give it to him.
Jim Bob, you never slow down, man. What else is going on with El Bandido Yankee Tequila? You're sponsoring groups and tours, all that good stuff.
We are getting ready for the Chicago Raceway. We got NASCAR coming. We're closing down half of the South Loop. It's got everybody picked off in Chicago, but I'm going to be in the middle of it, loving it with El Bandido Yankees because we've got our car showing up there. We got about 3 different parties that we're kicking off in Chicago. You guys ought to take some vacation day and come join El Bandido Yankee in Chicago for the NASCAR Chicago Street Race going down Lakeshore Drive and Michigan Avenue. It'll be fun.
And just a little bit of Kansas State news for you. Trace Spivey, who is the son of one Junior Spivey, former major leaguer, is committed, and he is already at Kansas, an outstanding receiver, as well as another fine young man, also here from the Valley, are already there in Manhattan, Kansas. The freshmen are getting the laws being laid down by Coach Kleiman. We got studs coming into Manhattan, Kansas there, Jim Bob.
I am flying to Kansas State tomorrow, brother. I am flying in tomorrow, and I'm going to go meet with the veterinary department and the ag department. We're going to build them another building. It's going to be the El Bandido Yankee Agave building.
I love it. Well, you give them Manuch's best when you're there tomorrow. I appreciate that.
I said, guys, man, make it a great day. Make it El Bandito for you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Jim. There you go. That's Jim Bob Morris, founder, CEO, El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
I'm just going to give him another $5 million.
Yeah, why not?
For a veterinarian building.
He is awesome.
The current vet building they have, and they built this monstrosity of a building. It's about, I'd say, a good quarter-mile long.
Okay.
And it's a quarter-mile long by about, I'm going to say, 50 feet tall. And it's probably about 300 feet wide. And they can bring, they have a lot of, animal cadavers there.
Right.
And one thing that was pretty cool, this is going way back to 1977, 78, is they got the old, the pulley that goes across the top of the roof. And they could bring horses out and other large animals, and they could drop them straight down. They could work on, the cadavers.
Yes.
These are dead.
Yeah.
These are donated to
3 minutes
of science. And I thought that was so cool. It's like guys are going, hey, maybe we can get a ride on that bad boy. Maybe we go inside, then we can hook up. And it's about 50 feet high. It goes across the top of the ceiling. And it's like it was like the good old, what do you call it, zip lines. It'd been an early version of the zip line.
I'm telling you right now, as soon as you said that, it reminded me of Animal House with the horse and the guy's oh, man, and the horse has a heart attack and goes down.
That is funny. Man. Early zip lines in the veterinarian building. Yeah, those K-State football players, they found a way to go clear across a quarter mile wide. But Jim Bob is so generous.
He is.
He's an outstanding alumnus. He's very generous. There's a lot of great things for Kansas State University.
You know what? I'm going to text him, and I might take up his offer. That sounds like a great weekend
that race,
in Chicago.
They're not happy the South Loop's going to be blocked off with that NASCAR race.
Of course they're not. But,
2 minutes.
Just look at what Chicago's going to get out of it. National spectacle on a Sunday. Are you kidding me?
The one thing I remember here with any kind of road race here was F1 Formula Racing was out here in the mid-late 80s for a couple 2-3 races downtown.
Okay, yeah.
And they had the whole downtown blocked off. They went on a Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And the thing about those F1 Formula One cars, they were so loud. We could hear them practicing on Friday and Saturday. So the people that work downtown had to find alternative ways to get to work or ever get to work.
Oh, sure.
So they had it blocked up. But I would say one thing, they're fast and they're extremely loud. I can imagine NASCAR in Chicago taking over the streets of
it's going to be
Chicago.
Interesting. Really going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that race. All right, so the Bradley Beal trade for Chris Paul and Landry Shamet continuing to work itself out. And DeAndre Ayton is still a Phoenix Sun. Suns beat writer Dwayne Rankin's going to join us here at the Barrio Queen as we continue in Scottsdale. It's coming up next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Suns have been taking calls regarding center DeAndre Ayton following Sunday's announcement of the Bradley Beal trade. The Coyotes placed winger Zach Kassian and defenseman Patrick Nemeth on waivers with the intention of buying out their contracts. The team will open their 2023 preseason in Melbourne, Australia for a pair of contests against the Kings on September 22nd and 23rd. That according to today's schedule release. The Diamondbacks took care of the Brewers in yesterday's series opener. They go for 2 straight in today's tilt with Ryan Nelson on the mound. The D-backs 15 over 500. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at WrightToyota.com.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional, old-world recipes passed down through generations. But then, we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions, and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
At Lerner and Rowe, we measure our success based on the amount of money we recover for our clients. And we're proud to say that we've collected billions of dollars for them. And no, it didn't take a gazillion years to do it. In the past 5 years alone, Lerner and Rowe has recovered over $1 billion. Millions of dollars recovered every week. We're collecting more money for more people in Arizona than any other law firm. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today. All 13 Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and cars. New inventory and new models.
All right, he's good to go. And yeah, I got the deal highlight ready to go.
Visit valleychevy.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's
all right, about 30 seconds.
Boulder Fight Nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, babe, what you got there?
This is a check from Carvana. I just sold my car to them. I went online and Carvana gave me an offer right away. Then they just picked up the car and gave me this.
Well, that's a big check. Sorry, your check, not mine.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today.
They're on their feet here at the Capital One Arena. Bertans to Beal, 5 seconds. Beal, crossover, in the paint, step back for the win. Got it! 5/10 of a second remaining.
Credit the Bulls doing a good job not letting Brad get it on the first round, but great job out.
You guys are hot about 5 seconds.
Focus, locking in that window, having enough time and patience to complete the game.
There you go. A little Bradley Beal action for you from the Washington Wizards. We thank them for that highlight. So that means that Dwayne Rankin, Suns beat writer, Arizona Republic, azcentralsports.com. You can always find him on Twitter, and he's a great follow at Dwayne Rankin. Man, it's good to have you on the show with all this stuff breaking. It's Jimmy B and Manuch. Dwayne, how are you, pal?
Hey, how you guys doing?
It's a good day. Where are you on the Bradley Beal trade? We all thought that Chris Paul was going to get moved. When you saw this deal break, were you in on it right away, or were you hoping for something different?
I guess I view it differently. I'm not the, or no. I mean, it's not my job to be on that front either way. I just look at it from two angles. Financially, he's going to be due considering his age, considering that he's been injury prone, and considering the contract. It just seemed like they're not going to. That seemed like a tall thing to do, especially when you look at the new collective bargaining agreement. Now they didn't take on Beal's contract, which is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
But you're getting a guy that's 30 years old, who will turn 30 this month. Obviously a great scorer. They'll have to figure out a way to do a lot with veteran minimums. It's going to be like Miami Heat with LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh. It's going to be like piecing it together. So that's the task that they have in putting together a roster. Then obviously the elephant in the room is DeAndre Ayton. So when I look at the trade, I go, okay, what's next? It's like, what Bradley Beal is. He can obviously put the ball in the hole in multiple ways. I've seen him light it up from three. Like this guy can score with just about anybody in the league, and now you're putting him together with two other guys, obviously in Durant and Booker, who can score. So somebody's going to be open, and so it's a matter of how the team and the coaching staff make this offense to fit those three guys so that they get the maximum out of them. And again, it's building the roster. Last year guys were left open for shots, didn't make them. You got to have those kind of guys. You got to have those kind of guys ready to catch and shoot. You're going to have guys that can defend. And three guys aren't going to win a championship, but those three guys should make the other guys better. So I look at it from probably more angles than I need to, but I look beyond whether it's thumbs up or thumbs down.
Everybody keeps saying those three guys. What about that fourth guy, that DeAndre Ayton guy, who's, when you look at this, Dwayne, as you alluded to at the CBA, this is basically 4 max contracts on a team. But what about that fourth guy? Is he still on the team when they go to camp? Is he not on the team? Because all you hear from everybody is those three and maybe a fourth, that fourth guy being DA.
I mean, they got to explore the market. I mean, you can't have a player like that who teams would want and not see what you can get in return. I mean, they could get 2 or 3 guys with that salary. Then you don't have to then you don't have to just be relying on veteran minimums to fill out a roster. So that's on the one end. On the other end, you have someone that he still needs developing, which means there's still room for improvement, which means that you haven't seen what he can completely be. So do you bank that, okay, you bring him back, we have a coaching staff that's going to get the most out of him, a new coaching staff that can get the most out of him? Or are you like, you know what, we're going to roll with these 3 that we got, and we're going to build this team around him? Because you have Ayton, he can't just be just a secondary piece. He's got to be an integral part of the offense, because his ability to do things would open it up for other guys and open it up, honestly, for Booker, Durant, and Beal. So, again, there's a lot to unpack. So to sit and say he'll be back, he won't be back, well, they explore the market. You see what you can get back for him. If you feel that's enough, then you trade him. If you don't, you won't. And you come with those 4 guys for camp and thinking that, Frank, it's on you to make this work. And there's a lot. It seems like the season is far off, but some decisions are going to be made here within the next 2 weeks to figure out what they're going to do with this roster.
Frank Vogel is, I guess, not famous, but he's infamous as far as working with big men. When the Lakers won the title, he had big men that all worked together very well under his tutelage. Is that something then that you would say favors keeping Ayton? Or if a deal is just too good to pass up, you unload him anyway?
The deal obviously is going to play a huge role, but keep in mind, Anthony Davis was an all-star before Frank Vogel got hold of him. Okay.
True. Yep.
The Dwight Howard was an all-star before Frank Vogel got a hold of him. And JaVale McGee, granted, he was a role player, but he had won a championship, at Golden State. So he got guys that either A, were already established, or B, someone who played a role. He has neither with Ayton. He has someone that is better than a role player, but he's not a perennial all-star.
Okay.
So it's in the middle. So you have to develop. If you're going to keep him, then you have to go into the mindset of, you know what, he needs to be better, and this is how we can make him better. And if you don't do that and think you're going to just, be who you've been, that's not good enough, because it wasn't good enough against Denver. It hasn't been good enough against Anthony Davis. And those are the 2 guys that if you're trying to get through the West, you're probably going to run into. And so he has to be better. The question is, A, it's on him to be better. B, it's on the staff to help him be better. And if you're going to keep him, you got to put that time into effort into making him better. Because truth is, Durant, Beal, and Booker They know how to play.
Yes.
Okay. What they're trying to figure out is how can Ayton, if he stays, fit in with that? Is he just someone that just set screens and then you just throw it to him, he shoots just 6, 7, 8 times a game? Or is he going to be a real factor within the offense and defensive structure of this team? If he's not going to be someone that's going to be a huge factor in it, then they might as well just move it. But if they think that he could be someone that can play an intricate role and win the championship, then it becomes, what are you going to give us in return for us to part with someone we think that could help us win a title?
But Dwayne, you know, I've been a Suns fan, as Manuch, I've been a Suns fan for 55 years. I've been there from day one. I know how that movie is going to end up. I'm trying to think, just because you got another guy at the projector, i.e. a new head coach, what's going to change into the end of that movie? I guess is for a lot of us Suns fans that say, go make the move if you can, because we know that if he's got the stripes of a zebra, he's a zebra. He's not a thoroughbred. I guess that's my contention when I hear everybody talk about it. I talk about it. We just had about 6 fans here at Barrio, Queen, and Scottsdale say, trade him. They've seen enough. And they're all huge Suns fans.
There are also Suns fans who would fight you over that whole idea of trading.
They want him traded. They want him gone.
They don't want to see him go. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's the most polarizing guy on the team.
Yes.
He has devote. I mean, devote people who think that the Suns didn't get what they didn't get. It's the Suns' fault that they didn't get what they needed to get out of him. That win a title. It's Monty Williams' fault because they had these issues between each other. They didn't involve him in the offense. It's everybody else's fault, not Aiden's fault. It's everyone else's fault.
Yeah.
So that contingent is out there. Now, whether you heard from him in Scottsdale or wherever, I can
3 minutes.
My phone and my email is flooded with don't move him. He's this, that, and the third. Now, do I get the same on your end? Yeah. They come in too. That's why I say he's the most polarizing guy on the team.
Sure.
I'm with you on that 100%. 100%.
So what are we going to get out of him? We're going to get what's it going to be?
Come on, Manuch. Jeez.
I mean, again, like I said, I've heard, what I heard initially before the Bradley Beal deal was, and it is something extraordinary for Ayton. They got something extraordinary with Beal. So now it becomes, okay, you think you're going to hit a home run again with Dylan Ayton, what you going to get in return? Or are you willing to, okay, we need stretch 4. We need a shooter. We need whatever you feel like you need for this roster. Can you get that in a trade with Ayton? Can you get
2 minutes
to help the depth? Because again, if you keep Ayton, now you've got 4 starters intact. If you don't, now you're going to get 3. And then you got to figure out who these other 2 people are. And so you better be getting in that trade somebody in return that you can throw in there as a starter. If you're not getting that, if you're just getting role guys, no, you don't part ways with him for role guys. You part ways with him and you're hoping that one of the guys can start and be a contributor right away, and then maybe the other guy is a bench guy, reserved as playing in the rotation. If you're not getting that, and you just getting, they just want to throw you. Oh well, we just want you. You can have this just to match the salary. No, you don't. You don't do that. But they look. This is why James Jones is in the role he's in, and this is his job to figure this out.
Were you surprised that Chris Paul came out and referenced Isaiah
1 minute.
Did that catch you by surprise a little bit or not?
I wouldn't say surprised. I would just say that Chris knows what he's doing. Chris Paul is someone who, how do I say this? This man knows this league through and through.
Yep.
And I think that he understands how decisions are made. I mean, look, how many teams did he play for?
Last time I counted was 25.
New Orleans, Clippers. Yeah, I got
Houston.
New Orleans, Clippers.
OKC.
Rockets and OKC.
Yeah.
Okay, this is about to be another team. Okay, so He knows how this works.
Sure.
And so, referencing Isaiah, I wasn't really that surprised. I mean, Isaiah is obviously someone that Ishbia trusts. He's been at the games with Ishbia, home and away. The history between them is long. I mean, Matt Ishbia grew up, seeing Isaiah Thomas in Detroit.
Yes.
So it's like they go way, way back. So there's no surprise that, and it's been known. It's been known that Isaiah has been someone that Ishbia has reached out to as far as for advice and help. And Ishbia's going through this for the first time. So he in some ways, he needs somebody that knows that has the knowledge of an Isaiah Thomas to help him navigate through what he's going through. I mean, every time at every turn, this is new. Everything's new what he's experiencing right now. So, but look, Chris, I'll tell you what, if Chris ends up back in LA, whether it's Lakers or Clippers, you talk about 4 games worth watching.
Oh, yes.
With against the Suns, those will be 4 games definitely worth watching.
I'm with you on that 100%, pal. Absolutely. Man, it's always good when you take time and come on the show with us. We always appreciate you. You have a great day, pal.
All right, guys. Y'all be easy.
All right. There you go. Dwayne Rankin. You can follow him on Twitter at Dwayne Rankin and his great articles, Arizona Republic, AZCentralSports.com. All right now, if you're not doing anything, now don't do this if you're driving. Pull over and then do this. Just text RIGHT to 55678. That is RIGHT to 55678. And you'll have an opportunity to be in the drawing for a customized regulation cornhole board set. It's all sponsored by our great friends at Wright Toyota. Customized regulation cornhole board set. It can be yours just by texting RIGHT to 55678. When we come back, random facts of the day. It's presented by your Valley Chevy dealers. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is the odd. Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Chris Paul, Landry Shamet are going to the Washington Wizards for Beal. I don't mind the trade for Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns gave Denver more trouble than anybody else in the playoffs. They played 8 games together in the regular season, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. They lost Chris Paul, and they came out there and got 2 games off the world champion.
This is the Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Time to get in on real estate investments. GC Global Capital has financing with no income verification. Call 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker in MLS 1091187. License MB092493.
Okay, so I'm calling him at 3:15.
And sparkling water. It's the
Okay, sounds good.
The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's Summer Playcation Package, starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents. Exclusive spa specials and $25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer Playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from one of 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge trade-in, trade-up event is happening now through June 30th. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Hey Arizona, do you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there!
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants like lemongrass and geraniol and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver.
All right, 30 seconds.
It's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Break out the Bandito and experience the El Bandito Yankee Tequila. It's another El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are live from one of the 7 Valley Barrio Queen locations. Now back to the guys live from Barrio Queen on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Did you know that Troy Aikman in only 6 years has passed for 16,303 yards? Did you know the career record for most hits is 4,256 by Pete Rose, who is not in the Hall of Fame?
Do you know that my next door neighbor has 3 rabbits?
Now time
You guys are hot.
Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B to give you the random facts of the day driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. For a dealer near you, head to valleychevy.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We are indeed broadcasting Barrio Queen in Scottsdale today. It is a Taco Tuesday at the Barrio Queen and also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. Time now for the random facts of the day brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers.
Well, Jimmy, you know this being in Chicago with its 2 Major League Baseball teams is the only city with 5 pro teams in the 4 major sports playing within the city limits. That's the key right there, within the city limits, including 1 in each sport. New York City also has 5 playing city limits. It's NFL teams, the New York Giants and New York Jets in New Jersey.
Yes.
That's exactly right. Michael Jordan's career earnings as of now include $93.8 million as an NBA player. Not bad.
Yeah.
But how about this? This is big boy money. about $2 billion from Nike.
Oh man!
And now, as of last week, another $2 billion from selling the Charlotte Hornets. So if I do the K-State math, that's a whole lot of money, man. A whole lot of damn. He's not having trouble paying any kind of bills whatsoever.
Didn't he buy
3 minutes?
like some jet-propelled car for like $1 million or
He's
something?
got enough the money to buy whatever he wants to buy. That's for sure.
Random facts of the day brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers. Spring into adventure at your Valley Chevy dealers. Also, check out the impressive 2023 Silverado 1500 LT Turbo Max. Take the adventure in the new Chevy Trailblazer, Equinox, and Blazer. See your Valley Chevy dealers today for current offers on all cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. So over the weekend, it was the U.S. Open Golf Championship in Los Angeles, and the rookie, our friend, pal, compadre, Jackson Groff was there. Jax, you had a wonderful time. Explain what the course was like and everything else that went on.
You were on assignment, as I understand.
Yeah, it was on assignment /vacation a little bit. I mean, the first takeaway from it, it was cool to see a best friend of mine from high school, Frankie Sappin III, local kid. I've seen him from high school working his way to college to just make it. One of his dreams was to play at the U.S. Open. So first and foremost, that was probably the best thing, even though he didn't play particularly well. And that leads to my second point. This course in person looks as difficult as it did on TV. I mean, the greens look faster.
Ass course.
It's one of those courses where weather plays even more of a factor. Like, for example, the morning tee times with Ricky Fowler and Xander Schauffele shot 8 under. Right? That was the only low scores of the whole tournament you saw, is because it was cloudy. There was minimal wind. And it was so early that the greens weren't as firm, and
They were receptive.
Yeah, exactly. You could see later on, and even to be able to have the opportunity to talk to Frankie after each round, see his perspective. In the first day, he missed a fairway by that much, by just a little bit. You're in the thick of the rough. Can't really control where the lie is from there. My second takeaway, they talked about it a lot in the broadcast, but hole 6, the blind shot.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Just to see the perspective from a golfer on where you approach it. If the pin's on the left or pin's on the middle. I mean, Bryson DeChambeau said, I'd rather go for it and be in the thick of it than to lay up and trust my wedge game for that second shot. And then my third takeaway, these players get spoiled. I mean, I was lucky enough to have a pass to be able to Hospitality Center. You've got pasta coming in from Italy. You've got sushi coming
30
in
seconds.
from Tokyo, Japan.
Wow.
Steak, sandwiches, massages, haircuts, whatever. These players deserve it, but they get spoiled, and I definitely took advantage of that bar.
I'm sure you did, as you should have.
So coming back here and purchasing my dinner and lunches and stuff, it was a bit of a tough.
Jax was, if it's free, it's for me, and I'll take
10 seconds.
There you go. Hey, Tim Kempton is going to join us in this upcoming final hour, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
The free iHeartRadio app covers the sports teams you love like no one else. Catch the latest breaking news from national to almost every local sports station in the country. Plus, don't miss the NBA draft this Thursday. Make the iHeart app your go-to to stay up to date on all things in the sports world. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, babe, what you got there?
This is a check from Carvana. I just sold my car to them. I went online and Carvana gave me an offer right away. Then they just picked up the car and gave me this.
Well, that's a big check. Well, obviously, you could put this towards your next car, or we could finally get that jacuzzi, or I could start taking tuba lessons, or I could quit my job and write my memoir.
Or I can put it towards my next car with Carvana.
Sorry, your check, not mine.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get a real offer in seconds.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The Coyotes have signed defenseman Steve Kampfer to a 1-year, 2-way contract. They placed winger Zach Cassian and defenseman Patrick Nemeth on waivers with the intention of buying out their contracts. The team will open their 2023 preseason in Australia with a pair of games against the Kings September 22nd and 23rd, according to today's schedule release. Ryan Nelson on the mound for the Diamondbacks as they take on the Brewers again in Milwaukee. And Patriots quarterback and one-time Arizona State player Jack Jones has pled not guilty to weapons charges following an arrest at Boston's Logan Airport. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit myguy.com for 5-star local referrals. Make my
30 seconds.
Time of year, overnight low 77. Wednesday, sunny 104. Thursday, 105. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by Verizon. Ready to take control of your phone plan? Well, then you better take that next turn to a Verizon store. Because my plan from Verizon is the kind of control we all deserve. Get exactly what you want. Only pay for what you need. Get my plan at your Verizon store today.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's
you guys are hot.
Place in the valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, there's a little baseball game that's going to take place here in just an hour and a half from now, and that will involve the Diamondbacks and the Milwaukee Brewers. And we're still trying to figure out when will the Bradley Beal Sons deal get done and make it official. Welcome, everybody. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jax is here. Spence in the studio on Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, and also on the iHeartRadio app. And we are broadcasting live today here at the Barrio Queen in Scottsdale. It is a Taco Tuesday at the Barrio Queen and also an El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. By the way, if you want to watch the game tonight, the Brewers and the D-backs, well, just go to Casino, Arizona. They've got it all covered for you. 2 theater quality projection screens, 46 flat screen televisions, and they have the sports book for your wagering purposes. Always food and drink specials. It's all located at the CAZ Sports Book in the CAZ Sports Bar and Casino, Arizona.
So I see Ryan Nelson, who's got the bump for the D-backs tonight going against Ray. Nelson and Ray, both ERAs are up there. They're both high. So I got to believe we had the Jim Bob Morris on, the fine owner of our Yankee Tequila, from that standpoint, El Bandito Yankee Tequila set over. So you look at Ryan Nelson, his ERA is currently 5.30.
Uh-oh.
Charles Ray is at 4.71. And this is one of those games where the D-backs hopefully won 3 out of the last 4, continue to score runs. So every time Ryan Nelson takes him out, you're going to have to score runs. And hopefully you can get him beyond the fourth or fifth inning. Struggled somewhat the last couple of outings. So the D-backs, they got the San Francisco Giants right on their heels at 3.5 back as they've won 8 games in a row, 8 out of the last 10. So the D-backs play at 5 o'clock tonight, as you mentioned, on Valley Sports. Tomorrow, 11:10 first pitch. Then they hop on a plane right away and go into Washington and play the Nets for a 10:05 p.m. game, our time. Then they hop on a plane, go clear across the United States of America to the West Coast to take on the Giants for a 3-game series. And so the next 6-7 games, the D-backs have got their work cut out for them to keep pace with the Giants. And Dodgers aren't far behind. I think they're 4.5 back. But there go the Padres. They're a little bit of a skid right now. They're 8.5 games behind.
Scuffling along.
When's the last time we watched the Diamondbacks and talked about the National League West, about them being out in front, and kind of gave a synopsis of what's going on with the other 3 teams in the National League West?
That's an amazing
I think
stat.
that was
5 years ago?
It was circa 1925, I think, when we...
I was being more kind than you.
It's been a while.
It
Jimmy.
has been a while, no question. Hey, Spence, if you get a chance, let me know when you find the Alex Thomas home run. I want to play that one more time. And the reason is that...
Alec Thomas.
Alec Thomas, thank you. The reason is because he got called up, and Manuch told the story. So I'll let you retell it again. But before you do, Manuch, let's listen to what took place in last night's game. Here it is.
A second to see the ball a little better.
Welcome back, Alec Thomas. Fly ball to right field, and there it goes. Alec Thomas, one swing back from AAA, and it's 6-0 Diamondbacks against Corbin Burns in the first.
And thank you to Bally's for that. Now here's the story.
Yeah, he flies in, as you mentioned, coming in from AAA, flies in. He gets into Chicago at 4 o'clock in the morning, gets a car, drives into Milwaukee, probably gets there about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Gets to the clubhouse. Hell, who knows if it was even open by that time. Anyways, long story short, I'm sure he got, whether it's at the hotel or whether it's at the ballpark, gets probably a good cat nap, plays in yesterday's game. Adrenaline's pumping, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He probably got 0 sleep, maybe a good 2 or 3 hour nap. And first inning, Alec Thomas going yard as the D-backs score 6 runs in that first inning, as you mentioned, Jimmy, win that game. 9-1. Mel Kelly, what a great job. He
Good
had
outing. Yep.
7 innings, 3 hits, gave up and no runs. Pitched very, very well, and that's what you want to see out of your second starter.
So they play again tonight against the Brew Crew in Milwaukee. You can watch the game, of course, on Bally's. Manuch, I found this story interesting because we had a discussion about ASU, and we had Coach Billingham on the show as well.
Billingham.
That's what I said, Billingham,
Okay.
last week. And the thing that has struck me now is multiple reports say a defensive lineman, Raymar Williams, has committed to the Sun Devils, and also a former Tennessee linebacker, Jawan Mitchell, coming through the transfer portal. What does that tell you about how Billingham is doing?
Yeah, I think Kenny's done a great job of recruiting the last 3 weeks, and they've been after it. All the coaches been out recruiting. They've been bringing guys in, and I think they're looking at good, quality, solid players. They're going to help their defense and obviously help their offense. So when you look at a defensive lineman and you look at this linebacker, this Jawan Mitchell kid, they came from Tennessee. You know you're getting good, solid football players.
Sure.
And I think the one thing that Kenny really emphasized in spring, and we had him on the show last Thursday, was making sure that they had speed, their size is getting there, and having the kind of tenaciousness and effort that they're going to want to see game in and game out with a new staff in the Pac-12.
What does this say also about his connections? Because he was an assistant at Florida State, and then he was an assistant at Auburn as well. So obviously he's got some connections throughout the South.
Well, I think it says that you can go and get those individuals because you've got a connection with the coaches at the high schools. You've been watching some of those players, and not only there, but the connections he made up in Oregon, up in the Northwest, to see a lot of those outstanding players. So Kenny Dillingham has got a good pipeline of who to go to, who to talk to about these certain players. Because you got to remember, guys, when you're looking at young men you want to bring in from the portal, you got to vet them. You got to make sure that not only not outstanding players, he wants good people too.
Sure.
He wants the guys that'll have fun, that'll work hard, are responsible citizens that he doesn't have to worry about. And, oh, by the way, get good grades. That's why they're on campus, is to graduate and to make sure that they understand what the mantra and the philosophy is of that culture in that locker room. So when you look at the 4 commits he got last week and you see the 2 commits he's getting from these 2 individuals, I can see him building with speed and talent with the kind of 4A and 5A players that have gone to other schools. So speaks volumes of Kenny Dillingham, and his other coaches have got their tentacles out there as well.
It looks like that he is starting off gangbusters. Now the proof is in the pudding. We'll see what happens when the players are on the field.
Just get them on campus.
Yeah.
I think once they're on campus, I think they already know that Kenny Dillingham's enthusiasm exudes through the recruiting, through the phone calls, through the texts, whatever it is. And once they're on campus and they see what a beautiful campus it is, beautiful facilities, that we don't shovel sunshine,
right?
We got great weather. Got a pretty good group of folks on this campus. I think right now it's one of the largest, if not the largest campus, close to 85,000 students.
It's big.
In Tempe and downtown combined. That I also think that a lot of the students on campus see a lot of these moves to get them to purchase season tickets. So you not only got to get your team enthusiastic, you got to get a fan base on campus enthusiastic to show up. So build it, and hopefully they start to come. That being the students.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with ASU football, because they do need, after the Herm Edwards era
shot in the arm, Jimmy.
Expired.
Shot in the arm, man.
They do, Manuch. They really have to try to climb back in and become something of an event that you would go to on a Saturday to watch college football.
My question to you, sorry to interrupt, Jimmy, but what is it going to be for that spark to get these ASU fans back on board?
Winning.
Okay.
Bottom line.
Okay, there it is.
Winning. Just win.
Win.
You can have all the enthusiasm and all the pomp and circumstance and blah, 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 on, and we look good. We got clean uniforms.
3 minutes.
This, blah, blah, blah. That all goes by the wayside.
Yeah.
You've got to win, and win early and win often, and go on the road and win. If you're going to build, you've got to build it with winning, and I think that's what gets them excited about coming and supporting a team. They don't care about blackout Friday night or maroon and gold night, whatever. They want to see wins.
Yes.
They want to see ASU get at least to the second tier. They're at the third tier of college football, guys. They're not even the second tier. Not even the first tier. They're way a ways from that first tier. So they're a team that needs to get at least to the third tier and then hopefully climb to the second tier. And first and foremost, get back in the top 20.
That's it.
No. Get back in the top 25. Yes.
Anything.
Thank you very much.
Manuch, I went to the Washington State game.
Oh, my God.
2 minutes.
In the first half, it was 30-0. Washington State with the lead, and people were exiting the building. Exiting the building at halftime. They were done. They had seen enough.
I think they were done when they lost to Eastern Michigan.
That too.
They were done there. They beat NEU. Okay, you should have. Eastern Michigan. And then that Washington State game, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. I mean, you just saw the air out of the balloon, the listlessness. And at that time, I think Ray Anderson did a great job. He let Herm Edwards go. And at that point in time, you put Sean Aguano as the assistant head coach in there. And I think you really saw an enthusiasm and a shot in the arm of what these kids truly could do with the right kind of head coaching in their in that locker room.
Him being a young guy and being so relatable to some of these guys my age kind of reminds me of at the start of like a Dabo Sweeney and how he related to his players.
That's fair.
I understand relating to your
1
players
minute,
and being
1 minute.
social media presence and stuff like that's not going to win you games, but with people my age in this generation, it's going to draw them in. Like, what coach do you know that's going to tweet out, like at his player, or maybe tweeting out or making fun of him on social media, or even in the locker room and stuff like that, which I love about Dillingham, is him being young, being relatable to the players, and getting to know them on a personal level.
I'm with you 100%. Hey, we want to remind you about having an opportunity to win a customized regulation cornhole board set. That's right. Just text RIGHT to 55678. Do it right now. That's RIGHT to 55678. It's all sponsored by Wright Toyota, our great partnership with them. One entry per day, and you will be in the playoff hunt, so to speak, to win the customized regulation cornhole board set. Just text RIGHT to 55678. More details at rockandmanuch.com. All right, I've seen Bradley Beal play a lot, but I am not the Suns radio analyst and former player. Tim Kempton is. Guess what? He's our guest. He is next, and it is Roc and Manuch live at the Barrio Queen in Scottsdale, right here, Fox Sports 910.
Is the Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
From a basketball standpoint, I don't mind the trade for Phoenix. Yeah. And here's the thing people have to understand. Even if they had not made this trade, they still were in a position financially where they would have had trouble filling out their roster with quality players anyway.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I am looking at 2 wrecks in the East Valley on our freeways, yet one westbound on the 202 Red Mountain at Country Club Drive, sitting on the right shoulder. Then we have a crash on northbound Loop 101 near Broadway off right. In the West Valley, a crash on 303 westbound near Grand Avenue, sitting on the right shoulder. I'm Lee Powell, checking the roads.
This report is sponsored by Verizon. Ready to take control of your phone plan? Well, then you better take that next turn to a Verizon store, because my plan from Verizon is the kind of control we all deserve. Get exactly what you want. Only pay for what you need. Get my plan at your Verizon store today.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge Trade-In, Trade-Up event is happening now through June 30th. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big banks can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Have you been charged with a crime you didn't commit? It happens more than you think. When your liberty is on the line, you need an experienced attorney that will aggressively fight for you. Lerner & Rowe Law Group handles DUI and all other criminal charges. And with our affordable payment plans, it's easier than you think to get the defense you need. If the police made a mistake, call Lerner & Rowe today. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Win a customized Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Wright Toyota Cornhole Board Set. Just text RIGHT to 55678. That's RIGHT to 55678. Message and data rates may apply. That's RIGHT to 55678.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days
good to go.
Their fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
What's up? It's a Target trend alert. New swim has just arrived and it's sunny weather approved. If you're into bikinis or one pieces, high waists or cutouts, they're the perfect combo of trendy, flattering, and affordable. That's right. And there are so many cool styles with gorgeous details. These suits have macrame, crochet, wood beads, pretty shells, and more. Totally a luxe for less vibe. Yes, so dive in and shop this Target trend without the spend.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by AutoZone.
Chase Field is hosting the MLB Draft Combine running through the 25th. The draft takes place from July 9th through the 11th. The Coyotes placed winger Zach Cassian and defenseman Patrick Nemeth on waivers.
All right, about 30 seconds.
Their contracts. International soccer star Lionel Messi is expected to make his debut with MLS side Inter Miami CF in their July 21st Leagues Cup match versus Cruz Azul. I'm Frank Arity.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Part of the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals team, NBA and Suns color analyst Tim Kempton now joins the Roc and Manuch show on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9.
You guys are hot.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the invite in the neighborhood. Don't even get invited to the Barrio Queen. I like it. Yeah, but that's the perfect time to invite someone when you know they can't say yes. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the elite guys. It's just that he's on a bad team. And when you're on a bad team, people think you go out and get numbers just to get numbers every night. You're not really, contributing. But Bradley Beal, he's 30-point scorer. He's got range. He's got one-on-one ability. He gets up and down the floor very well. He handles the ball very well. He's tough. So, he's similar to Devin Booker in size and the way they play. They have mid-range game. Obviously, he shoots all the way to that three-point line now. But Bradley Beal, he's an NBA star. And, you just don't know or hear about him because he's not on a winning team. So he's another offensive weapon, high, top 5 in his position in the NBA. So they've got plenty of offense now. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, who, we talked about it last year, and we didn't get to see it all that much because Kevin Durant was hurt. But when we did see it, if they're double teaming Devin Booker, you give it to Kevin Durant. Now, what are you going to do with 3 guys on the floor with that kind of ability? All these guys are capable of getting points a night. So now it's just a matter of, okay, here it's your turn, or it's your turn because you got a weaker defender on you. Every one of these guys may go out and score 12, 14 points in the quarter, and next quarter they have 2 because the other guy got 12 or 14. And then, it's really an explosive offensive lineup with those 3 guys on the floor. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I think you're going to see that a little bit more. You mentioned his efficiency. I think that in each one of those guys, and obviously we're talking about the three, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, I think they're all going to have those kind of efficiency numbers this year because, listen, you can't run a double team at the Suns now and leave one of those guys open. I mean, you just can't do it. So you're going to have to try and play those guys a little bit more straight up. And now they're all going to be in that 45, 46, 47% efficiency range. Their numbers, I expect them to, all those guys to average somewhere between 19 and 23, 24 points, and a high efficiency night. It's just, I mean, how do you play those guys? Every one of them can take you off the dribble. Any one of them, if you give them space, can kill you from three. Every one of them has that mid-range game. So, I mean, it's just a real pleasure to coach, and obviously, hopefully, for the Suns fans, it's going to be so enjoyable to watch night in and night out.
Three minutes.
Well, the big telltale for me was that DeAndre Ayton wasn't in the trade for Bradley Beal. They really gave up Chris Paul and Landry Shamet for Bradley Beal. That's all you really had to give up for. So that tells me that the Suns have some interest in DeAndre Ayton going forward, and especially the way Frank Vogel spoke about him in his press conference. So, yeah, all these guys complement each other. I mean, DeAndre Ayton, 18 and 10. He's been a double-double since he came in this league. He's very talented. He needs confidence. He needs trust. He needs someone to believe in him, and that's what Frank Vogel said. So if you can get that from DeAndre Ayton every night, along with these guys, the way they play, the ability to spread the floor, now you got pick and rolls with DeAndre Ayton, with Bradley Beal.
2 minutes.
Kevin Durant. You have DeAndre running the floor. I mean, he fits in well with this group. You never know with Matt Ishbia. Bought the team, made the trade for Kevin Durant. Summer comes around, he's the first one to make a big deal. DeAndre Ayton could still be moved later this summer or tomorrow, for all we know, with Matt Ishbia in his front office. But I think DeAndre fits in great with this group. I mean, starting four, then you throw like Josh Okogie out there, Ish Wainwright. I mean, now it's just really, I mean, the other teams are going to have to make some kind of adjustment to it with that kind of a lineup. Oh, without a doubt, they've proven that. With Nikola Jokic and the way that those guys play, they're the team that you have to go after. That's why
1 minute. 1 minute.
Bradley Beal, but also the other nice part of that is Frank Vogel and talking about the defensive end of the floor. So look, you're going to be able to score some points if you can keep teams under 110 with that lineup every night. You should be pretty good to go. So Frank Vogel, the addition of Frank Vogel and Bradley Beal addressed weaknesses. Scoring. There were times last year where Devin Booker and Kevin Durant couldn't get in someplace else. So they addressed scoring with Bradley Beal, and they addressed the coaching need of someone that's won a championship, someone that's worked with superstars, Frank Vogel in Los Angeles, and someone that knows how to get it done on the defensive end of the floor. I'm coming out there. One day I'm showing up and we're doing the show. Great talking to you guys.
The Coyotes placed winger Zach Kassian and defenseman Patrick Nemeth on waivers with the intention of buying out their contracts. They also signed defenseman Steve Kampfer to a one-year, two-way contract. The team will open their 2023 preseason in Melbourne, Australia, with a pair of contests against the Kings September 22nd and 23rd. That according to today's schedule release. The Diamondbacks looking for a second straight win over the Brewers. They'll send Ryan Nelson to the mound. The Snakes are 15 over 500. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Temps about normal this time of year. Overnight low 77. Wednesday, sunny 104. Thursday, 105. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by Verizon. Ready to take control of your phone plan? Well, then you better take that next turn to a Verizon store. Because my plan from Verizon is the kind of control we all deserve. Get exactly what you want. Only pay for what you need. Get my plan at your Verizon store today.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
I often get asked, how can Lerner & Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm? The answer is simple. We're good at it. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys, and we have some of the most experienced criminal defense attorneys available, including one of only a few certified criminal attorneys in Arizona who have handled thousands of criminal and DUI cases. And we offer affordable payment plans. Getting the defense you need is one phone call away.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Every truck tells a story. Make yours a strong one, like the all-new 2023 Silverado 1500 LT Turbo Max, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Arizona. Visit any of the 13 Valley Chevy dealers or online at valleychevy.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge Trade-In, Trade-Up event is happening now through June 30th. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in!
Yeah, we're good.
Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
At Charmin, we're so excited for Pride Month, we just had to sing about it.
Pride is here, and it's our duty to come together and shake our collective booty. Charmin loves bears, bottoms, and everybody. We'll help you stay clean when you need it the most.
Charmin is proud to partner with iHeartRadio for Can't Cancel Pride for the 4th year in a row. And while Pride is only a month long, our support rolls on forever. Let's enjoy the go and enjoy Pride together.
When I can't sleep, my mind.
All right, about 30 seconds.
I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Taking you inside the Cards locker room and down to the field with the Big Red Report. Each week, Arizona Republic's AZ Central Sports' Bob McManaman joins Roc and Manuch to analyze the Cards in the
You guys are hot.
Follow Bob on Twitter at AZBobbyMac. Now, here's Bobby Mack on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We continue to broadcast till the top of the hour right here from the Barrio Queen in beautiful Scottsdale. Hanging out because it is Taco Tuesday and also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. Bobby Mack is here, Arizona Cardinals beat writer, Arizona Republic, and AZ Central Sports. You can follow him on Twitter at AZBobbyMac. Bobby, Jimmy B, and Manuch, let's just kind of get your overall thought process on how you thought the mini camps went, the OTAs. Is there anything that jumped out at you or not?
Well, I mean, yeah, there was a few things, Jimmy. I would say that Gannon has made multiple players play multiple positions, which I think is different and maybe risky. I get versatility, especially on the offensive line, but I really don't know what his plan is by doing that. It's, I think Paris Johnson should have been stuck in at left guard and plugged in there for a year or two until he's ready to replace DJ Humphries at some point, or go to the right and replace Kelvin Beachum. They're playing him at right tackle. I don't get it. Position flexibility is wonderful. I get Zaven Collins, I guess, playing an outside linebacker. He's never done it. I think it's a risk. Playing Isaiah Simmons at DB strictly alone is a risk. And yet, those are just three guys out of maybe 20 guys who are moving all around. And I don't get it because he won't tell us what he's doing. And that's fine as gamesmanship, but nobody's worried about playing the Cardinals in 2023. So just tell us what the hell you're doing.
It seems, Bob, to that point, as I'm seeing, the shuffling the deck, so to speak, by Jonathan Gannon, or is it a shell game at this point when you see until they go get the kind of players they want as the staff with those 11 picks, it's almost like plug and play and see what you have. And then your point, you can't expect a whole lot in reference to wins when you have that kind of movement. But sometimes I say a jack of all trade guys and masters of none.
Well, I mean, everything the coach tells us is, I'm going to put the players in the best position to succeed, but it's going to change week to week depending on who we have in there and who we're playing. Right. And what does that mean? You're not going to play Buda Baker 1 week and maybe play him at cornerback? I mean, what are you doing? Football is football. Don't reinvent the wheel here. But look, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt until training camp gets underway, and then we see if this is kind of weird way to do a team is going to still happen. I can't believe it's a smoke screen, but I don't know who they're trying to fool because the Cardinals aren't going to fool anybody. I mean, let's face it, they're going to be a 4 to 5 win team, maybe at best in 2023. I think coming in a little cleaner and clearer and more direct and don't spin the wheel so much would be a better choice of tack for Jonathan Gannon and his coaching staff. But like I said, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But, you can't play this game forever until we get that we see it, and we're going to be able to report what we see and what we know. And talking to the players are eventually going to find out who they are and where they're playing. Mm-hmm. To me, it's I don't know what this is. It's summer camp, and it's not mini camp.
All right. So if this is as Manuch would say, a shell game, when regular training camp,
completely.
Yes, if training camp opens up, and then this is still going on a couple of weeks through training camp, do you start to really be concerned, and then do you take away the benefit of the doubt?
I don't know. That's a great question, Jim. I mean, what would you do? I mean, you've been around this sport. I've been around it since 1988 when they moved here, but even further still before that. And I'll tell you what, I just never seen a coach do it this way, say it this way, and continue to do it through all-season workouts. And look, maybe it'll even out. I think having covered Major League Baseball for a long time has taught me, and even minor league baseball, and I wish Roc were here because he would tell me something silly about covering the Firebirds with him. Everything averages out at the end. Yeah. And I think that's a good way to put it with the Cardinals and John Gannon and what he's trying to do and how he's trying to build it and the deception he's trying to use. It's all going to show itself. Not even, at the end of the season, but at the beginning of the season and training camp. I'm still going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but if it starts to get a little goofy, I think I'm not the only one that's going to call it out. I think the whole national media that covers the NFL will call it out if, in fact, it continues. I don't want to see Paris Johnson play 5 positions on the offensive line. I wanted him to be a master of one.
Sure.
I want to see Isaiah Simmons be a master of one. If you're going to decide after 4 years that he's now a defensive back completely, well then, okay, it's too late for him. He's going to sign somewhere else if he has a great year, and they're not going to bring him back. And Zayman Collins is going to be in the same boat a year from now if they're not careful. I think you've got great talents, and you better put them where they shine and don't mess with the prospect. But look, like I said, benefit of the doubt. We'll see what's going to go on. I want to be optimistic,
sure,
even though 2023 is going to be a nightmare. We'll all find out, but they better do something to make the fans stick around because
3 minutes.
How many are going to stay on board here? From what I'm seeing, they better come up with a good marketing plan. That's what I've been telling people.
That's my whole contention right there, Bob, is the fans watching experimentation in the lab trying to figure it out. They want it figured out from day one, which means my question figured out is Zach Ertz, has it been figured out when he's going to be back from that knee injury? Will he be available game one in reference to nobody's talked much about his availability?
And I talked to Zach early in the off season, and they made him available. We all talked to him, and the reports have been good. He's been on board and in total rehab mode. He is light years ahead of Kyler, and Kyler's making good progress, by the way. But I think we'll see Zach Ertz competing in training camp.
2 minutes.
Maybe not every single day, but I think he'll be ready week 1 for sure, in my opinion.
The other thing, too, is you wrote about Rondale Moore. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully we can see this high draft pick come to fruition going into year number 3. I mean, that's the big hope there. I think Dortch, the rookie Michael Wilson, will be fine. But, again, if you have another young man that's a home run hitter that's hitting nothing but singles or can't get on the field of Rondale Moore, how big of a year is this for this young man going into his 3rd year?
Well, I think it's a bigger year for Hollywood Brown because he's under more scrutiny than anybody. He's replacing D-Hop, and that's not an easy job. And I don't know if Hollywood Brown has proven yet that he's a number 1 wide receiver. I know he'll tell everybody he is. I want to see the results. And
1 minute.
Been there, and they have not been there. And you get judged on what you do. not by how fast you run or could have been if I would have played this or done that. It's what you put on the field on the tape, and you got to do it consistently. And you got if you want to be considered a great receiver in this league, you got to be up there in the top 10. And I don't think either one of those guys are ready to be in the top 10. Not with the quarterback situation the way it is. So you got to take that into account. If Colt McCoy's throwing the ball versus Kyler Murray, a healthy Kyler Murray, I don't know if Hollywood Brown or Greg Dortch or Rondale Moore is really going to be able to prove who they really are. Is that saying that it's Colt McCoy's fault? No, it's not, but there's a difference here. And I think you got to take that into account, and you got to lower the bar a little bit and build. And while you're rebuilding, there's nothing wrong with that. But let's not expect huge numbers from anybody. I love Michael Wilson. I think he's going to be a very, very good player. That's more than serviceable and maybe something special. Same with Rondale, but he's got to stay healthy. These tweaks and hamstrings and groins and fingers and feet and all these guys, they stay on the field, be healthy, be productive, but it depends on who's throwing you the ball too, doesn't it?
Always. Yes, that's always a big part of it. Bobby is always great.
I'm hopeful,
yeah,
but we'll see.
Yeah, I hear you, pal. Always great stuff from you. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Yeah, well.
There you go. Bob.
All right.
All right, bud. There you go. Bob McManaman, Arizona Cardinals beat writer. You can find all of his articles in Arizona Republic and AZ Central Sports and on Twitter at AZBobbyMac. All right, everybody. Coming up, it's our Lerner and Rowe one call. That's all. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
This is with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Chris Paul, Landry Shamet are going to the Washington Wizards for Beal. I don't mind the trade for Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns gave Denver more trouble than anybody else in the playoffs. They played 8 games together in the regular season, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. They lost Chris Paul, and they came out there and got 2 games off the world champion.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is a closure due to an accident at Ocotillo eastbound and westbound at Alma School Road in Chandler. Your alternates are Queen Creek or Arizona Avenue. We have an accident that has traffic down to one lane on the Loop 101 southbound. This is near McKellips. We've got stop traffic from McDowell only. The HOV lane is open.
So, Manuch, do you want that Earth, Wind, and Fire besides the Lerner and Rowe one call?
Take control of your phone plan? Well, then you better take that next turn to a Verizon store. Because my plan from Verizon is the kind of control we all deserve.
Okay, we'll do.
Get exactly what you want. Only pay for what you need. Get my plan at your Verizon store today.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit.
I'm going to play the 2 Diamondbacks home runs from yesterday back-to-back.
Slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again.
Okay, sounds good.
This place was made to entertain. We're your casino, Arizona.
Hey Arizona, do you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together Patrick roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Have you been arrested for something you didn't do? When your liberty is on the line, you need an aggressive, experienced attorney to defend your rights. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is the firm you can trust with your freedom. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state, and with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. Call Lerner & Rowe today for a free consultation. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
That was a great dinner.
So great. Wait, where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
What? When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
They picked up the car already?
No, I parked around the corner. But they are picking it up tomorrow and paying me right on the spot.
Oh, no wonder you picked up the check.
Yeah, about that. Thought we were going halvesies.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get a real offer in seconds.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's
All right, about 30 seconds.
destination.
Get in the zone.
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's the Lerner & Rowe One Call, That's All call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner & Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
A second to see the ball a little better. Welcome back, Alec Thomas. Fly ball to right field, and there it goes. Alec Thomas, one swing back from AAA, and it's 6-0 Diamondbacks against Corbin Burns in the first. This is hit out to deep left center. Corbin Carroll, gone. He's at it again. Number 16 for Corbin Carroll.
You guys are hot, about 5 seconds.
His power to the opposite field is constantly surprising.
And thank you to Bally's for those highlights of the Diamondbacks' 9-1 win last night in Milwaukee over the Brewers. Same two teams play again in roughly about an hour or so. In a wreck, need a check, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com, and you get a free consultation. Once again, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Now, let's get to what's on tap.
All right, Spence, pouring a cold one if you get back there. D-backs at Brewers, 5 o'clock. That'll be on Valley Sports. Not a whole heck of a lot going on, but what's on tap brought to you by the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Tavern Grill in Scottsdale, 88th Street and East Via Linda. The Arena Sports Grill on Bell and 62nd Street. Upper Crust, Crave Creek Road, and the 101 next to Costco, and in the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Try for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company That's Huss Brewing Company, a fine beer from that, Jimmy.
Yes, they are. All right, Manuch, let's get to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call. Question of the day.
Well, now with Bradley Beal reportedly headed to the Suns, do you still keep or trade DeAndre Ayton? Just go to at Roc and Manuch on Twitter. That's at Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Do you keep him or still trade him? Well, right now, the leader in the clubhouse, still trade him, is at 51.7%. Keep him at 48.3%. Again, just go to at Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Very, very close right now, Jimmy. A lot of folks weighing in on this one. A lot of folks on the fence. I voted still trade him if
3 minutes.
If you get what you need from that standpoint.
Well, that's what I mean. You have to clarify. I voted not trade him because right now I don't know what you would get for him. And you have to consider the source with Frank Vogel saying, look, I got a lot of experience coaching big men, and I think I can make him a better player.
I've seen enough of that movie. I think there's some guys out there you can get quite a bit, if not close, to what DA's been giving you the last. This is going to be a 6th year, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired of saying, well, he's still developing. The guy should be developed. He's played 5 years in the NBA.
Agree.
Going into his 6th year, he should have his game developed. He should have that fire in his belly week in and week out. I think we've seen he is what he is. To steal that line from
he's 18-10. He's 18-10.
Okay, so I think that you can get more aggressiveness, more fire, more want to. There's got to be a couple different guys out there that can suffice
2 minutes.
Give you a piece of that, if not close to all of it, with some bench help. I just, quite frankly, I've seen enough. I don't think it's going to change. After 3 or 4 coaches have worked with him over the 6 years,
they have.
What's going to change that we haven't seen? We've seen him 2 years ago when he was, but he's regressed. And I think at this point, I don't know how you break.
Did he regress because of the falling out with Monty Williams?
If you're a true pro, you would not regress. If you're a true pro, you would not regress. Feelings aside from guys in that locker room, that head coach, if you're a true professional athlete, you still need to go out there for the pride of the game and for the sake of the game. I think the kid got paid way too early.
I'm with you.
I don't think he's hungry enough to be that guy.
That's fair.
He's a hell of a talent. But I've seen a lot of quarterbacks with $100 arms and $10 brains. Or I say $100 arms and $10 bellies. They don't have that fire in their belly. I think you want to see that fire in your belly.
1 minute. 1 minute.
This guy, I have not seen it. Trade him. I'm sure there's other guys that are out there.
Jax, you got 30 seconds.
I agree with Rankin on what he said. I think you trade him for the right price of maybe a mediocre, a guy like Zubac or, a Clint Capella or guys like Miles Turner, and then get a guy off the a six-man guy like either a Tim Hardaway Jr. or a Buddy Hield. I think for depth purposes, I think you got to trade him.
There's Horford's out there too. Let's go.
30 seconds.
Let's go. You see a little earth and wind and fire in the back?
I hear that. I know where you're headed here.
September.
As soon as this deal is over, you are gonzo.
Headed off to the Arizona Financial Center. Earth, wind, and fire. One of my all-time favorites.
I know you like them.
They're in town, folks. I'll be busting a move.
Oh, boy.
About aisle 14.
Oh, man,
10 seconds.
Pop lock here and there.
That's scary.
Tomorrow,
to think
Jimmy,
about that.
we'll be at the Venezia's Pizzeria in Champ.
You got it. Thank you, everybody, here at the Barrio Queen. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports.